if he got stamina. That's crazy. He said, I got stamina for round 2 and 3. If you want to
you're all gay. You're all gay. Just end
go ahead.
We're live. It's gay.
Oh, we're live. I got to mute.
Yeah,
so we're talking all over the stream. Right.
Can you wait till I put my dick away before you start the show?
What the fuck is wrong with you? Let the intro play. Hi, guys. It's even worse than his 80s music because it makes this whole gay conversation even worse.
Gay.
Hey, now. I feel like I'm in a Ron Jeremy porno. Anyway.
We're just talking then.
Auntie?
そうだ。
テレビ
つけてもいいぞ。
あやこれ好き
First of all, Darkwing, you can go fuck yourself.
ワクワク
Do not interrupt the anime. You know, we really were arguing over whether or not Wizard was gay the entire time. That's not a joke.
It's true. It wasn't even about whether or it was about how much.
No,
Right.
Wizard was not gay.
It
was very gay.
I am team like dunce cap here. He was not gay.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you, Leon.
Simp.
Wow.
Sorry.
Muted.
Sorry, that was
Welcome.
pretty.
Why is Cassie so
loud.
fucking muscular, bro? Welcome to another episode of SNH. I don't know what's going on.
She's in the remake of Predator.
You know,
Makes sense.
it's
Yeah.
179
original.
episodes, and I still don't know what's going on half the time. But that's okay. That's kind of the beauty of it. Guys, we got a lot.
Mommy,
We gotta
we
talk
get from
about.
doing business with a bunch of
Mommy,
YouTubers.
Oh my god, that's so loud.
Sheepstadian's mic
Sheep.
just exploded.
Someone entering a sewer.
That was sheep. That was sheep.
That's cheap.
Guys, we got a lot we got to talk about because this has been a historic. We'll just use that word. Historic week in the gaming industry, where you know, I mean, the week that Phil Spencer apparently retires is the same week that Sarah Bond also apparently resigns. Although, you know, if you want to believe the resignation, that's up to you. But regardless, there's a lot going on that we got to talk about. So we're just going to get right into the intros because now apparently we got 2 facts that we got to go over. It's a weekly thing now. Before you know it, everybody's going to have a fact. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Leon.
I don't have time for facts.
Do I need to start doing homo facts?
You got to do a trans fact,
Yeah,
ginger fact
we'll
for
do,
Will.
Yeah,
Dad
there we
fact.
go.
There you go.
Starting next week, I'll prep a trans fact of the day or whatever. But yeah,
A lot.
no, this is a
Wait, hold on.
crazy-
Time out. We have a battle today. I forgot.
Yeah,
we do.
I was wondering.
Oh,
if-
yeah.
Put my intro for a moment.
I was trying to get to the intros because I know it's going to be a long conversation, but we got a battle today, boys. We got another one.
Another one. Another one. Another one.
Guys, today's battle is going to be an interesting one. You know, we talked about multiple scenarios, and I know some of you are thinking it's going to be pineapple pizza versus something else. It's not. Okay, I see you disgusting fucks in the chat that like pineapple
That'll be
pizza.
like a Coke Pepsi background battle happening at the same time, I guess.
Ain't no Pepsi
Yeah.
drinking ass nigga gonna tell me that pineapple on pizza don't work.
Pineapple on pizza is cancer.
First
It's
off,
the
you're
apple
black
thing.
and you don't even eat fried chicken, so
Like,
your taste buds are all fucked.
amazing.
I don't even want to hear that.
Amazing pineapple.
Wow,
I mean, it
the
has to
race
be
card.
roasted
The
in order
race
for it to
card?
be good.
Hold on,
Yes,
Seven,
yeah, he
you
did.
pulled the race card on me.
He did.
It's not
Nah,
the race
did.
card if
the
you're denying
black
your
and
race.
the
Last time you made it come
please
out.
stop talking. Pineapple on pizza is fucking disgusting.
Finally,
Alright,
No,
everybody.
no, it is.
Absolute
It's
cancer.
delicious.
Cancer.
No,
25%
it can be-
Italian that I
It can
am
be.
is disgusted by all of
Cancer.
you.
Finally. Thank you.
It's delicious.
Pineapples on
Fine.
pizza.
It's delicious.
I think it's
Pineapple on
fine.
pizza is delicious.
What's
It's amazing.
What's
It
the
gets a
actual
little
battle?
tang flavor to it.
Time out. Clearly,
What's the actual
this-
battle?
Well, yeah, I was gonna say clearly this should have been the battle, but that's okay. We have 2 legendary characters that are gonna fight it out today, and both of them are the prime characters of their own shows, and I think it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna show probably the old heads versus the new heads, but we'll see. In any case,
Take that, you big oaf! Kitty! You guy broke that man! Eat my shorts! Praise! Very shiver bear best fail!
All right.
damn, I was shocked I was able to do that with AI. I thought I was gonna
They
get
were
like a
like-
copyright notice or something, but they were like,
That
no.
looks good. That looks good.
Who,
It did not
who won
look
when they
good.
actually did it?
It
didn't
not
look
look
good.
No,
You know what?
they were
You guys are
working
hating.
into each
It
other.
looked better
They had,
than I
like,
thought it was
3
gonna go.
arms. They had
You guys
3
are
arms.
hating.
I thought I saw Homer have like a dick come out of his mouth. It's weird.
Did it really
bro.
have
Like,
3
what the
arms?
fuck?
Can we see this
There was
again?
2 Peter
I-
Griffins for a
It
second.
was some kind of
Oh,
weird
yeah,
program. It was more like an episode
Oh,
of Rick and
dude,
Morty
I
than
missed
Family Guy.
it.
Maybe he had Ultra
missed
Instinct.
it.
Why are you assuming?
Yeah,
Wait, hold on.
we-
Didn't you learn from Hunter Gatherer's trailer that that's not AI? That's just animation or some sort of like special animation when you see
Special
like 3
animation?
arms and shit. Yeah, come on, you.
Oh,
Come on, guys.
Nah.
Anyway,
I'm
listen,
sorry.
it's Homer versus Peter Griffin, guys. That's going to be an interesting one. I'm curious how that's going to go. I'm going to replace the pin message so everybody understands. So that all your super chats today, you got to vote for which one is the better character. Homer Simpson versus Peter Griffin. Who's going to take home the title of most
father.
hilarious character, most hilarious father? Yeah, should we do like who's the better father?
Wait.
That would
I
be
thought we were
interesting.
gonna do better
It's-
for
no, that's easy. That's Homer. I mean,
Yeah,
he
that
is
was-
totally.
wait.
Like, he actually beat up his daughter. You know,
Well,
Guys,
put it
it's
out
Black
there.
History Month. Let Atreus speak.
Damn. I just want to put it out there.
on the subject of good
Kata
fathers.
mentioned a character having 3 legs, and Melodic Method said Kata is projecting. That's gay.
Hey,
That's gay. Now that's gay.
That is gay.
It might be true, but it's still gay. All right.
Oh, you just had to. That's crazy. So today's battles: Homer Simpson versus Peter Griffin. Guys, vote in your super chats and let me know which character you like. We'll just keep it to which character you like better.
I was about to say we can't do who's the better father. That's
because then
that would be a fight. It's a fight.
It's gonna get personal at that point. So we'll see. Anyway, all right,
meant
guys.
to be a fight, though, isn't it?
Not all the time. Not all the time.
Okay. All right.
Pepsi and Cola weren't fighting. We were just picking which one was better. All right, boys. Let's get into the intro. And we'll go from there. Leon, now you could go. I apologize.
No, you're good, homie. You're good. Yeah, dude, it's been a crazy week in news and gaming. It's been not even just gaming, just nerd culture and culture at large. And as much as the Microsoft stuff has been a shakeup, it still isn't near as big of a problem as what's going on with Resident Evil. So can't wait to break down both these things. Tonight is going to be insane. And I'm sure I'm coming out with the unpopular pick out the gate. I'm going Peter Griffin. I'm going Family Guy stayed consistently good longer than Simpsons did. I'm going Peter Griffin.
Damn, a lot of the old heads are going to hate you for that one.
I know they are. And here's the dealio. I'm a Futurama guy. I think Futurama is the greatest adult-oriented cartoon of all time. Simpsons kind of fucking overrated and fell off after like 4 seasons. Family Guy got a solid 8 seasons before it fell off.
Oh, shit. All right. Interesting. Will.
That's toughy. Very tough. First of all, pineapple on pizza is cancer. Secondly, I actually managed to get some time today so I could actually appear on the show. So that's really nice. Shout out to my wife for taking the kids and going to visit her family for a few days, allowing me to just get my head down and fucking work.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Let's go. Fire.
I got so much work done and I caught up on sleep. So, yeah, great. I'm here for the emergency stream. Let's fucking go. And how lucky are we to have an emergency happen just when we're scheduled to go live anyway? How convenient. So, yeah, it's amazing. But I have another question. What the hell happened to my Kamehameha in the intro? I'm just there like retardedly throwing my leg and arm at the monster like Homer in that clip.
I've never noticed. Hold on, blow that back up again. I've never noticed you have a Cthulhu Pikachu. I'm always
yes, I do.
I've never noticed the Cthulhu Pikachu.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
Really?
We're all
we get a full image. Wait, we get a full image, and that's what you're looking at?
I just said I've never noticed them staring at her tits.
Wow.
Did you miss that? Oh, get a dick out your ear, homie. I said because I'm always looking at her tits.
Will, the reason why you're not doing a Kamehameha because I had to fit time in for Sevi, so everybody's intro got shortened by like a second and a half. That's why.
I see.
Sorry.
Anyway, and just for Homer and Peter Griffin, I would imagine that over the years, Peter Griffin has probably made me laugh more times in little ways.
Okay.
But Homer has made me damn near piss my pants as a kid and have to like actually run to the toilet to avoid pissing my pants. So,
but to be fair, when you're a kid, you're retarded, so like you're pretty easy to make laugh, right? So,
but like for example,
kid,
the moment.
Right? Then you grow
The
out
moment where he like falls off Springfield Gorge and goes down every single hit, or like in one of the first episodes with Bart the Daredevil, and he goes down and he falls and he hits every bump on the way down, then falls down, gets lifted up by the helicopter, gets hit in the head multiple times, being lifted up by the helicopter, gets in the back of the ambulance crashes, he crashes out the back and falls all the way back down the gorge again. Stuff like that. And I'm just never going to say Peter Griffin is funnier than Homer Simpson. It's not.
All right,
That's
fair. All right, that's one result far.
Y'all
Sheep,
are gonna hate me.
what's going on, Sheep? You look sad, man. What's going on, dude?
Is my audio good?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
It's good.
now.
Okay.
I'm crispy.
Just making sure I don't want to destroy cochlears or anything like that. I have been reading a lot. I've been relatively off of social media. If anybody has noticed over the last week or so, my social media presence has been virtually gone because I've been reading Bleach. I said I was going to read a volume a day. I should technically be up to volume 51, but I'm at volume 68 right now. So I'm like 17 volumes ahead of what my schedule is supposed to be. So that's nice. Almost done.
Kata, Atreus, since you guys probably don't know, that's when you grab what's called a book, you open it up, there's words on the inside. Just want to make sure you guys understand what he's referring to.
That's so nice of you, Leon. You're such a good friend.
Yeah, thank you, white man.
Isn't it
Or
crazy
white
how
man.
in his effort to felt two other black men, he interrupted another black man? It's crazy.
During Black History Month.
It's crazy, bro. Continue. Sorry, I apologize for Leon. Go ahead.
But that aside, I've also been lifting a lot of fucking batteries this week. I am kind of tired, so it's gonna be fun just seeing me do this, have this same deadpan. I can't. I'm about to just mute myself. Hold on.
Damn.
I have never seen an intro end like that. Read manga. Hold on, I'll speak for him. Read manga. What? Oh, Fririn. Yeah, of course. Volume 1. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. All right, Sevi. You get your papers yet? You legal? You're not legal yet? What's going on?
I'm good. I was always legal. Look, Camelot is in chat. Hello. I've been playing Resident Evil 1. I love it. It's so fun. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm having so much fun with that game. I am so excited I did it, and I'm gonna do the OG ones in GOG next, so I'm just so excited. I can't express how excited I am. Can't wait to talk about all the drama that's going on with Xbox and with the leaks. That should be fun conversation. And Pineapple on Pizza is awesome. I guess. Sorry.
You would. Oh my god.
Heavy. Come on.
That's okay. I'm a woman. I can have a bad take.
You're gonna have a lot of bad takes.
They're all
And women get to have as many bad takes as they want if they've got great big titties. So yeah,
there we go. The Trey's pick. All right, pick this head up. Go ahead, read it.
Meanwhile, me tittyless, I get no good takes at all. I just got something.
Yeah. Oh, but for the vote poll thing, I would go with Homer Simpson in my opinion because I think he's more.
I agree.
Cassie,
Homer's
what's going on?
I hate this voting thing. If you want to watch real fucking sitcoms, be a fucking man and watch Good Times, The Jeffersons, Three's Company, this whole bullshit with The Simpsons. I don't give a fuck.
Cassie, your mic is going in and out.
She sounds like she's underwater.
Her mic is
disagreeing
disagreeing
the
with her.
voting thing, and then
It's
your
a mic.
mic said stop.
Yeah, and then
competition.
I heard Three's something, and then I couldn't hear you very well.
Company.
Sorry.
Three's Company. She was saying basically these sitcoms are gay. Watch.
Well,
old
let her
stuff.
try talking again.
But you voted for Peter Griffin.
Do I have to talk really loud and really close?
You throwing
Okay,
that shit.
yeah,
You
that's
gotta go
better.
that close.
I don't know, because I don't know. I'm like literally looking at the microphone, and for some reason, it's being retarded. So I don't
try
know.
again. I think it sounds fine. Try again.
Cool. You know, I was saying, be real fucking men, and whatever Sevi is, and go watch real sitcoms, not these bullshit attempts to copy them. Watch Three's Company. Watch Sanford and Son. Watch The Jeffersons. Watch Good Times. There is tons of great sitcoms that are still amazing. As Richard Roundtree over there face palms. Yes, I
Cassie
literally
watches
would.
Modern Family.
No, I
you know,
don't
like
watch,
other
I
US
don't watch
sitcoms, that one was
any
also stolen from the Brits.
I don't watch any sitcoms that are younger than 90s. So that's a rule of thumb for me. So yeah, I don't give a single fuck about Family Guy or The Simpsons. I think they're both retarded. However, I will
Family Guy was the 90s.
That's not real sitcoms.
It's a miracle she doesn't get the shit kicked out of her every time she walks down the street.
What was
with
that
these
about
takes.
women and bad takes? Anyway,
Damn, auntie.
No. Yeah, we're all
the true
criticizing the
auntie.
fuck out of her for her bad takes.
Honestly, you should kick sheep for that.
Oh, hold on. Cassie was gonna say something. Go ahead.
If I have to cave for a cartoon, all right, real cartoon, because these cartoons pretending to be sitcoms are ass. Futurama is the only good one if you want to talk about a real cartoon. But
Futurama is good. Futurama is good.
Cage here to really tell y'all what it is, whether you want to hear it or not.
Auntie Cass now because of her fucking
Absolutely.
shows. That's crazy.
That's valid.
Yes, but everything
I
that
got a
I said
good
was
idea
true.
for the. I got a good idea for the battle next week. I'm gonna get Cassie interested in one of these. I'm gonna figure it out.
Richard, down here, I got first 4 series of Futurama on DVD.
Well, she did win.
Y'all did it right.
She did win last time. She was Team Coke and we won.
See if I can find my Fry cosplay. One sec.
Oh,
That's badass. Nice one, sheep. Kata, Durag man, what's going on, man?
What's up? You know,
Yo.
How y'all doing, man? It's your boy Kata, aka Khalil Too Short. Hope y'all have had a great week. You know, everybody thought it started to get a little warm, so they started going outside, and then that cold came back, started smacking y'all on that ass. Y'all put them jackets back on. So I hope y'all are feeling great, man. You know, I got some chicken in the oven, dude. I'm so ready to eat. And when it comes
chicken in the oven.
Oh, don't even get me started
on counting stereotypes.
I don't even want to tell you guys what flavor the juice is in the fridge. Like
grape.
Oh my god, we already know it's grape. Move on.
It's the trifecta, brother. But I will say, when it comes to this Family Guy or Homer versus Peter Griffin thing, y'all are about to hate me. I don't fucking get it. The Simpsons is the most overrated bullshit that I've ever watched in my whole life.
Shit.
It's really not that funny. Like, there's a couple episodes that are funny of The Simpsons, but overall, it's not that funny. Like, it's a good moral message kind of show with a hint of comedy. But if you want to watch something funnier, I would watch Family Guy over The Simpsons any day.
See, the fact that you think that The Simpsons is a moral show shows that you're probably younger than me by quite a wide margin, because I remember when it was considered the absolute devil in the end of TV as we know it.
Me too.
Well, yeah,
I think South Park is better.
Before South Park came along.
I mean, Archer is a better show than both of those anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
Archer's great. Love Archer.
Archer is good.
I would go for Peter Griffin.
Although it did start to lean on woke a little bit towards the end.
I still haven't finished the last season of Archer, but yeah.
No, I mean, sort of the last 3 seasons, it started to get a little bit kind of, hey, the man is useless and the women are all going to do all
You got to
the
respect the rules of the classroom when the hand is up. What's up?
Quick question. If it's a this or that, why is everybody always throwing in other? Stop that.
I know, it drives me crazy too.
Thank you. Shout out.
That's kind of valid.
Notice how we didn't do that during Pepsi or Coke. We just kept
There's no one out here advocating for RC Cola.
People were talking Dr. Pepper.
About the panel.
I can't help it if people have dog shit taste, so I had to.
It's one versus the other. Pick one or the other.
Which one is
the feltoning?
Yes,
it's Peter Griffin over Homer. Okay,
he's getting.
All right. Well, whoever. Anyway, we got 30 super chats already, so we need to get through them. Wizard, what's going on, bro?
What's up, man? What a fucking week! Look, I'm battling one of those migraines that goes into your eyeball, so I might not be up to my wizardliness today. However, I do have a Kotaku fact.
It is now time for everyone's favorite segment of the week. Welcome to Kotaku Facts, brought to you by the real-life fake wizard. He's not really a wizard, guys.
Why am I looking at feet?
This is the homepage. It's the homepage of Kotaku. The headlining article on here is "That's it. I'm calling it. Xbox is dead. Time of death, February 20th," which is one of the most badass headlines they could have ever had on here. The fact they also have feet in the picture, which is a little weird. Like, why? I don't understand.
Kotaku hired Dreamcast guy for articles. That's awesome, bro.
But like, this is to take. So I have to give them credit. We're gonna call balls and strikes, and in this case, wow, this is pretty wild that they would actually have a time of death article calling out the fact that they don't have faith.
I'm not Xbox. Okay. Hold on. I'm sorry, Wizard. I have to cut you off. I'm not excited for men feet. Those are men's feet. I'm not gay.
How did you know that?
Like, no, the whole chat knows, bro.
He spends a lot of time looking at feet.
Look at this.
Ada loves the archless
feet.
Here. Look at that.
Look, there's no arches. Those are men's feet.
Look at that.
Bro. That's
those are fat feet too. Those are fat men feet.
I'm looking at my phone.
Oh,
He's looking at his phone. Are you comparing the feet pictures?
What are you looking down at, brother?
What are you looking down?
I'm scrolling through
down.
Look at his shades. Look at his shades. I see it in his shades.
You see that? Look,
I can see him scrolling.
Look at that. Yep, I'm not even paying y'all.
Hey, to get off Grindr, we can see it in your glasses.
All right, what? So hold on. So
projection.
He's about to pull a quartering.
Hold on. Time out. So let me get this straight. Kotaku that complains about the Chuds making videos about like XYZ dead and all that shit. Now they're apparently joining in, and it's okay now, and they're the official one now. So because they said it, now it's official.
But
Years
also
later,
look at this caption here. This isn't a surprising death when you look back at the last few years.
Oh
this
my
is
God.
honestly based. This is a based article.
It's pretty based. I can't believe Kotaku wrote it. Zach Zwien.
Well, see, the thing is, they will eventually say what the Chuds have always been saying, but they always take a while until it's safe to do so. So when they feel safe to do so, then they'll say it. And I guess now they feel that way.
Considering the controversy surrounding this, and of course we're going to talk about it when we get into it, the fact that we have somebody actually, and again, this is labeled as a commentary, this isn't officially news, right?
Yep.
But the fact that Kotaku, as high profile as they are, would say something like this, that's eyebrow raising. It's an eyebrow raising headline.
That's pretty interesting. I guess you got to do what you got to do, I suppose. Well, good job, Zachy. Or whatever your name is. It is what it is.
Anyway, Homer Simpson.
What else you got, Wizard?
Homer Simpson's my vote for this one, big time.
Nice.
And specifically because I think he is the better dad of the two. Peter Griffin is an asshole. He is a bad dude.
He's a terrible
father. He's like kind of a terrible guy all around. He's probably funnier, but Homer Simpson is just a genuinely dumb guy.
He's a dumb guy who means well, right? Whereas
Peter
Griffin's a retard who has literally transed himself.
The funny thing about the Simpsons is that, like, they're very dysfunctional individually and as a family as well. But ultimately, at the end of the day, they recognize that they are family, and it's like Family Guy. Every character is just like dickish, and to a very high degree, like unnecessarily dickish.
Makes sense.
And there's a lot more wiggle room for them to just fucking be whatever the episode needs them to be, with even if that comes at the expense of keeping them as a family, as opposed to Simpsons. Sorry, go on.
Atreus, what's going on, man?
Hello, mates. My name is Atreus, and I do have a nigga fact.
It's time for the Negro fact of the day, you goddamn coons.
Wow.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. I love it.
Oh my God.
Now, can I just say something
I
really
heard
quick?
that in the kitchen. What the fuck was that?
Yo.
Can I say something real quick?
Legendary.
I just want to say something before you give us the fact, okay? So I put that into AI, and I could read you the prompt, and I swear to God, the prompt was so goddamn basic, but it's still, for some reason, created you in almost the exact manner of which you are, with the hat and everything. And I don't know how that's possible. When I'll read you the prompt. You could do the fact, and then I'll read you the prompt. Go ahead, because this shit is wild to me. Anyway, what do we got? What's this?
All right. Well, mates, if you have a cheating whore of a wife, there's a new way that you can find out. So hold on to your willies, okay?
You feel like an Australian accent.
Why are you talking like this?
Will y'all shut up?
You feel like that bitch be calling niggas as soon as you leave the motherfucking house with 5? Let me tell you how you catch that hoe. Fuck nigga, go buy you a PlayStation 5. Just listen to me, bitch. Put the remote on the bed, make a party chat. You see what I'm saying? Join the party, leave the remote on, off mute, fuck nigga. Unplug the HDMI cord from the TV so your TV look like this, pitch black. She gonna think your game off. You leave the house, fuck nigga. Join the party from your phone, and you gonna be able to hear everything that bitch talking about on that motherfucking phone, shawty. Or you just feel like that hoe need to call her ratchet ass homegirls, and you want to see if they talking about niggas or something. Fuck nigga, you gonna hear all that shit from that cellular device. Download the PlayStation app and join the party through your phone, and you gonna hear everything she talking about on that goddamn remote, 5. It's free game. Fuck.
And they say your kind aren't smart. That's
wow.
That's
Imagine having to do that. Imagine having to do that to trust a woman.
Look at this PS5 sales spiking right now. That's an interesting fact.
No, sales, no. Thefts, yes.
That's an interesting fact, man. So the AI prompt was make a funny anime video of a black man screaming in the middle of a podcast show saying the following, and then obviously he says it, and then make the art style like My Hero Academia. That was it. And then it fucking drew you. I'm not even kidding, bro. In the hat and everything.
I was
I'm
going to say,
surprised
to
they
be
didn't
honest,
put a
that
new
looks
Blackstreet shirt on
really,
you.
it looks really like that art of him that I drew ages ago. Like,
Yeah, it does.
Uncannily
With the
same.
N bomb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Crazy.
Thank you for the fact, Atreus. What else you got, man? What else you doing? Atreus, what else you doing?
What you mean?
You got anything to
Your
chill?
life-
Do you have a channel that you upload to these days, or like you doing
Oh,
anything
no,
on YouTube?
Oh, y'all know how it goes. Subscribe.
All right,
Shout out.
good job. Shout out to Atreus. Before we get into the super chats, do we have any gifted games? I want to get through those first. Anybody got gifted games?
Oh,
I
yeah.
got a few.
Yay or nay? Nay or yay? I do. I'm gonna go
Yes,
first.
I
since
do.
You
I
guys
got
are
nothing.
I don't
taking
know.
a little
Hold on
while.
to nothing, baby.
Forgot to pimp out
St.
my code.
Hugo says now you officially have everything on Steam, and he gifted
Oh my
everything.
god.
I've never
That's
heard
pretty
of
fucking
this. Never heard of this. Featuring thousands of playable characters, endless expert. Why do I feel like that's not true? But I guess we'll find out. Thank you, St. Hugo. I thought this was
You have Goat
wait,
Simulator. That's awesome.
I thought this was gifted to me by Mr. Rouge ages ago. Or was it like the sequel? Oh, it might have been the
You
sequel.
were gifted Goat Simulator 3, which is the same one Rouge gave me. And 3 is
Ah.
awesome. I was recently gifted the first one, I think by Pouty. I haven't played the first one yet, but the third one's great. So I imagine the first one is too.
Okay. Yeah, I was curious. Ever wonder what it's like to walk around and chew grass? Well, now you don't too, bro. English. Careful. Watch out for Hibby, the local goat farmer. He might give you back hugs. Goat Simulator from Old Man Jank. Thank you, sir. I
used to know
appreciate
kids who
that.
walked around in that grass.
I will. That's crazy. I will accept that behind the scenes. Sebi, what is this?
Yep. I
It's all
got.
I mean,
downhill
we need to
from
play
here.
together. This one's co-op. We can play this one together.
Awesome. Let's do it. All right. So I got Resident Evil 6. Might as well complete your collection. So thank you. And I got Resident Evil 0.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Resident Evil 0 is underrated as hell.
I love Resident Evil 0. Leon.
This one's kind of strange. I got gifted, and I don't know why, 2 different horse games. So Caleb says, just because, Unicopia, shout out, thank you, appreciate you, homie.
Nice.
And then Old Man Jank gifted Horse Paradise. Now you
Oh
can have
my
all the
God.
horse cock you can gawk.
That is
Yo,
fucking
that's
sus, bro.
crazy.
So
That is
What?
fucking
I don't know
sus,
what
bro.
the odds of getting like gifted
Like,
2 different horse games, but
Steam-
shout out to both you guys.
Steam has the
hilarious.
Steam Horse Fest going on right now. So
Yeah.
Oh,
They have a
okay.
horse fest. That
Yeah,
is
they do.
fucking
Yeah.
sus, bro.
ironically enough, because me and the wife are looking through like a lot of games to try to co-op, we look through those, and every horse game is basically discounted except for, or horse-based game is discounted except for Red Dead Redemption 2. I just find that absolutely funny. They just threw it in there like, oh, also Red Dead Redemption, you can buy it at full price. But
Bro, this shit
you
is
can go
sus
get
as
I don't
fuck.
know, My Little Pony or whatever for like 80% off.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. You're gonna find those other games. You go
Oh, you're
through-
right.
This
Yikes.
is sus, bro. Look at the first
I
game.
wonder if that adult
My
Swim
riding
game
stables.
that-
Yeah, I wonder why she's so happy looking, bro. This is crazy.
Is that
This is
Adult Swim
insane.
game the unicorn, like the robot unicorn? Is that game on there? Because
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go
Unicorn
down this rabbit hole live on stream. I'm gonna
It's
leave
a
that
horse
for
boy.
you guys. All right, who else? We got Wizard.
Yeah, this just came in from Old Man Jank. I try to find a game only a great man could play and beat, and this came to mind. Go off, Great White Kang Conqueror, the levels like you did Africans.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yo, that's
Wow.
insane. What the fuck?
I will happily accept that. Thank you.
Wow.
oh, you're gonna happily accept that after being after all that. Okay, all right.
That's
We see what kind
crazy,
of wizard
bro.
you are. All right.
Yeah, he's a
Yo.
grand wizard.
I feel very attacked this stream, and I shouldn't.
I got
Yeah.
the game.
I think
Cassidy,
Kato got more
what's
shit
this?
than Wizard so far.
Shout out to Old Man Cat that gifted me a Redneck Rampage. I appreciate that. He said, from a redneck, learn our ways, LOL. And I definitely, moving from New York to where I am now, don't put me in a lawsuit. I haven't lived there in like fucking a decade almost. Yeah, I definitely could use a little more knowledge on y'all's redneck ways. So I will be doing my research. Thank you, sir.
Well, so let me give you some knowledge out the gate. We actually prefer the term hillbilly.
Well, there you go. Kata, what you got?
Interesting.
I got Pocket Stables from Old Man Jank, and he says, "Take it easy on your PC. It's got last another 10." God damn it, nigga, learn English. Damn it.
He may not know how to talk, but he can throw a banana.
Damn, thank you. And I find it ironic it's called Pocket Stables because, yeah, I'm pretty short. All right.
Bro, the amount of horse games everybody's about to get is going to be ridiculous.
I just hope I don't.
Yeah. It would behoove you guys to send us more.
You're funny.
No,
I'm good on that.
Jesus.
I make people pay me if they want me to fucking read that shit out.
I'm good. Please don't.
Puns.
Hold on. We got Atreus. What do you got, man? Atreus.
Good answer, brother.
Atreus. Yo, clean your fucking camera, bro. All right, here we go. Atreus.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, so shout out to nobody who gifted me nothing.
Wow.
That's crazy.
What's your notifications?
Poor Atreus, man. Poor Atreus. All right, guys. We caught up on all the gifted games. Let's get the super chats going.
One moment. One moment.
I don't see sheep screen.
And someone seems to be saying that
because
I've got something, but I can't see
accepted
it.
Oh, you accepted it? All right, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
I accepted it earlier this week because I probably wasn't gonna whatever. Either way, so it's a funny story to y'all, not to me, but I forgot who it was off the top of my head. Gifted me a game. It's he says it's not a hentai game, but the trailer says otherwise. But the message was something along the lines of, "I caught you gooning on Maine," because he caught me gooning on Maine. So that was pretty funny. If anybody wants to catch me gooning on Maine, go ahead and just throw a bunch of hentai games at me, and I'll just turn invisible off, and I got y'all.
Whoa.
Very nice. I think I remember that gift. Pretty sure. We got Will the Fans. What do we got, man? What's this?
Yeah, so Hugo sent me this Pixel Game Maker MV, which is basically an RPG maker related thing because I'm trying to make an RPG.
Make an RPG.
At the moment, at least do it the basic way using RPG Maker, but this will be really helpful as well. So thank you. Me and Saint Hugo talk a lot about game projects that we potentially like to do. So I feel like there's something more to this that I haven't figured out yet. So thank you, and I will check the DMs to have a chat. Cheers,
I
buddy.
love trying to talk to St. Hugo about game ideas, but he's so much more advanced than I am in terms of his knowledge.
Crazy
He
advanced, yeah.
speaks over my head in such it's crazy. He's like, yo, I was thinking about doing this, and this, using all these tools with these ideas. I was like, that sounds awesome.
Well, the thing is that's what you need, but you also need to have like the story side, the character creation side, and stuff like that.
But
so that
is
the
a
mechanical
compliment.
side
It's
handled.
a compliment to Hugo, mind you, because it's the fact that he clearly knows what he's talking about. I just don't understand half of it.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Great.
Shout
Anyway,
out.
thanks so much.
All right, guys, let's get over the supers, and then we're gonna get into the topic about Xbox because it's gonna take pretty much the whole night, I'm sure. So we got Saint Hugo, ironically with a 2. Shout out to Saint Hugo, thank you so much. We got Mr. Kang himself throwing, guess what, a banana. Kang with a 499, late and brave. We see. I'm glad you embraced the collard greens, corn, bread, peach tea, lemonade with tender, succulent cuts of twice braised butter chicken. Wow.
Yeah, you're joking.
Well, at least
but
you
the
know your
butter
food.
chicken does sound good.
Kang with another 5 says, with a slice of warm, creamy, cotton pick, Ken fresh off the vines of reservations for dessert. Wow. Just keeps getting crazier. Guys, do not forget, we're going to be keeping tabs of Peter Griffin versus Homer. At the end, we will decide the winner. Nick Havoc with a 5. Eugene Levy's family invited me to a party, but they weren't serving alcohol. I drove my Chevy to the Levy's, but oh my God, bro.
That was awesome. Well done.
I was literally reading it seriously for the beginning, and then this motherfucker.
That's a good one,
beautiful
bro.
because American Pie is, in my opinion, the most brilliantly written song of all time. So to weasel that's so good. That works on so many levels. Well done, Nick.
Yeah.
Gay. King Dimmonway with the 5 memberships. Thank you, my man. I appreciate you as always. Setsuna Shadow with the membership. Thank you, Setsuna. Appreciate it. Blue with a 2 says, warning, I do not apologize for Mr. Blue. Fair enough. Captain Killer Guns with a 2. Bubbles and Chim Chim strikes again. They do.
I don't know who they
Setsuda
are.
with another membership. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mr. Blue with a 569 says, my girlfriend asked me what it's like having a peener. I told her it's hard sometimes. She then poked me in both eyes. I haven't been able to see her since. Is that why you're not apologizing for him? Thank you, Mr. Blue. War Wizard with a 199. Hypno made Sevi a Jujutsu. Wait, right? JJK character? No, I didn't. No, I did not.
Yeah, Sevi's way cooler than any JJK character. JJK sucks.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to say that was a nice intro. I can't believe nobody else is talking about that.
What?
The intro.
The intro we've had for like weeks?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the anime intro? Or the fact that we were all talking and whatnot prior to the anime intro?
No, I'm talking about the animated intro.
I don't think he's
Andreas,
been
hold on.
I think he's
First time he's been here on time to see it.
Yo, chat, am I crazy,
Yo.
bro?
He's not
Am
paying
I
attention
losing
to
my mind,
shit.
chat?
I can't even defend you, bro. What do you mean? It's been like a month.
It's been like a month.
Yo, am I going crazy? Am I being trolled? I'm being trolled, right?
No, I'm pretty sure he's not been here on time. He's been here late.
Trey's
every
having a
time because he's
stroke.
Missed it.
Does it smell like toast over there?
No, you know what's
Oh my
happening.
gosh.
He was
Toast,
probably
yeah.
just looking at his phone, doing whatever he was doing on his phone throughout the intro.
If-
And that's
if
the
my
first time
memory-
he actually watched it.
If my memory serves me correctly, you commented on it the same day that we all commented on it when it was first revealed.
Yes, he did. Bro, I am being trolled right now. There's no way. Anyway,
What did I miss? I'm sorry. I had
Setsuda with a,
Go
it's,
save
it's
my
fine.
cat.
It's fine. It's fine. You're good. You're good. Setsuda with a 2 says you are all gay. Thank you. Appreciate
Correct.
that.
Yeah.
Colonel Rob with a 5. Pineapple on pizza, you heretic. Angry Creek noises intensify with full Italian. Sounds about right. War
Mussolini's
Wizard with a
mom.
199. Superman drinking a Pepsi. Oh, Homer, I guess. That's the first vote we got for Homer. Hold on, I gotta get the calculators out to make sure it's all
That's,
copacetic. All right,
Me and War Wizard aligned 3 for 3 there, so that's cool.
that is a 2 for Homer Simpson. We got Mervoth with a 2. It says noise AI versus vid, but no investment in this. Sorry, all good. Captain Killer Guns with a 5. AI had a hard re moment creating that vid. That being said, 5 for Homer, the homie. And let's celebrate 2026, the year of the Feltoning. Damn, Homer's ahead right
Hell
now.
yeah.
All right, that makes sense. I think we're gonna have a lot of old heads voting for
It's
that.
going to be a landslide for Homer. It
I'm
is
not
in
gonna
the
say what team I'm on because whatever team I'm on loses. So I'm just gonna stay out of this.
Ooh,
As the host, you should. As the host, you should
pick.
stay out until the last fucking second.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Thank you.
no, you gotta
Thank
pick
you.
now, dude.
Thank you. Honestly, I would probably, and it's because I'm old. I'd probably go nostalgia with The Simpsons. Probably
Right.
just overall like.
Am I the only
switching
one
to
on the
Peter
panel
Griffin.
that chose Peter Griffin?
No, I,
I think
don't think so.
yeah.
No?
No, wait. Who else picked Peter Griffin? Kata?
I think Kata did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pick Peter
Yeah.
Griffin. You're in good company. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Everybody else has taste.
Yeah, just remember that good company is short lived.
To be fair, this will be the first time me and you disagree with Hypno, so you'll probably finally get a dub.
Finally, I need one.
Yeah,
Thank you,
like
Captain
Foxy's
Killer
cat.
Guns. I
I know.
appreciate that. Mr. Rich Low with a 10. I was in the Olympics and tried to cheat, but a group of 1-year-old goats won gold, silver, and bronze, ruining my plan. I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for those meddling kids.
Meddling. I just see them going like, "Ah, let's save some. Let's go, gang. Let's go in separate directions." Rah!"
That's crazy. St. Hugo with a 5. So my kids came up with the term of Nutella-portation today, while the actual topic they were talking about was superpowers they wish for. Ingenious.
Dude, I hear Nutella and I think of it as the white way to say a certain word we can't say on YouTube right now. It took me a moment to realize they meant literal Nutella.
I just recently learned that Americans seem to pronounce that Nutella, even though it's obviously from hazelnut. So we
Yeah,
say
it's
Nutella, which is what it is.
I mean, to be fair, you guys say garage, which is really fucking gay. So, like,
Yeah,
you know,
we
let
do.
us have that.
But that's
you know?
that's mostly because we don't want to sound like the French.
Oh, that makes sense. Nobody wants to be the French.
Right.
So, Bio2 with a 10. So I was looking into the new Dot Hack game. It is fully funded by CC2 and Bandai. Has no say in how they make it. I don't have too much hope, but it is looking good. Well, that's good to know. Appreciate that, Bio 2 Wolf. We got
And
War Wizard with a 2.
fuck
Trans fact of the day. Leon is both trans and gay. Well, there you go. China for 7 months in the 90s and the 2000s. Homer Simpson is better, but 2010 and later, I have to give my vote to Peter Griffin. Shut up, Meg, because Mila Kunis is my Goonie waifu. All right, that's the first vote. There's no dollar amount to that.
Yeah.
Free
vote for Peter Griffin.
For Peter Griffin. Archangelus with a 2. Homer for sure. More hard work. Let's put into him is crazy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Zevin Cross with a 5. Purge the Gray. Poor Zevin Cross, man. He wants to drop memberships, but he can't because he's banned because he dropped 150 yesterday. So
Jesus
he's
Christ.
he's locked out.
It's more than my entire goal.
Hey, Seven, if you ever need to,
if you want to donate to a channel that uploads once a month, by all means, you could definitely donate.
My God.
To it's all good.
Wow.
We've been telling him he needs to do
I was
more.
actually going to say, there's a channel called New Black Street you come hang out in, but
Okay, 5 times a month. With an occasional
Oh my
stream, you
God.
might not do. It's all good. War Wizard with a 2. I know Leon ain't lecturing anyone on reading. Gay.
Wow.
I wasn't lecturing anyone on reading because black people aren't people.
Whoa!
Crazy.
Holy shit, man.
I can't be on the stream anymore.
We need you
Neither
to.
can I.
Need you to go to the UK and help out there, man.
During
YouTube,
Black History
just
Month?
So you're aware, that was a trans person that said that, YouTube. So that is completely legal. Drew with a 2. Granny Classic Cage. #Homer. Damn, that's crazy.
Wow.
The most you can have with a 2. Hair loss on top of 5'4" is crazy. Sorry, Kata.
Hold on now. Don't make me take this rag off.
Mervold with a 2 says, I didn't know you guys got a celebrity on, Captain Durag.
Right.
Even Carol with a 5. Let's be fair, Kata. It ain't grape juice. It's purple drink. That's true.
Thanks.
Butter Biscuit with a 5. I never understood how on a video game show y'all spend the first hour talking about everything not games and wonder why some stories don't get covered.
Because we have personalities.
Well, we actually do cover the stories for the most part. That's why we only got 2 topics today. And we're also on a live stream where we try to engage with people, have fun, joke around. If you want to watch streams that are actually, I believe YouTube has content that is specific for things that are just related to stories. I think they call them videos, but I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'll let you know though. I think they've had that for quite a while.
It's
though.
fucking true though. I tried to structure my live streams. I tried to structure my live streams like shows, so we have this segment, this segment, this segment. It doesn't fucking happen. You just got to go with the flow. But that's what
listen, Butter Biscuit just wants his fucking biscuit buttered, so bend the fuck over and take it. What do you want me to tell you, brother?
But isn't it a little bit odd though how he donated $5 to delay the show even further? The irony to this is just insane. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, next time make it $20. There we go.
All right.
Thank you, Butter Biscuit. I appreciate the 5, bro. We got War Wizard with a 189. Kata bricked up. He's absolutely bricked. He was bricked for those feet pictures. He was bricked. 100%.
Definitely wasn't.
Felstaff with a 5. Got to vote for the OG fat animated sitcom Screw Up Dad, Fred Flintstone.
Bro,
it's not even the
Fred Flintstone is just Jackie Gleason.
It's not even the right character.
Although you know what?
Go ahead, throw your vote away.
Always wanted to do an adaptation of the Flintstones instead of McFarlane made Family Guy. So
makes sense. Guys, remember, just do not donate to the stream because we don't want to delay the stream any further. You guys can understand. These donations are they're terrible. Certain people out there, they need their content. They need their stories.
If you want to complain, you could always come over to New Black Street and complain in your super chats, brother.
Yeah, don't donate here. We need to get right to the topic. St. Hugo with a 2. Homer drinking Goku Cola for the win. That's going to count for Homer. There you go. Boom, done. James Knopp with a 2 says Kato was a grunt. He knows guys' feet.
Yikes.
Nice. Rodolfo with a 2. No dog in this fight. Hypno Toad. I appreciate it. Golden Apples with a 2.
No, go back to that.
Go back. Going to
wild.
The first time.
Go back. Look at that.
Oh,
wow.
What the shit is that?
Oh my god, what?
Listen,
no.
Bro,
guys,
what the fuck?
We need to stop delaying. Let's stop delaying the show. We need to stop delaying the show. Let's keep going. Golden Apples with a 2. Been playing Tormented Souls recently. Based.
Nice.
Hey, let's go Neville.
Hope you're having fun. That's a fucking amazing franchise. War Wizard with a 2. Leon loves horse cock. That's great. Thank you. Flip Shazam with a 2. Leon, what the fuck do you know about hillbilly rednecks? Oh shit.
All my family's from Appalachia. I live in the Midwest and grew up in the country and didn't move to the city till I was already in my 20s. You tell me.
That's all.
I grew up hunting and frog gigging and wearing camo and Carhartt. What do you mean?
He's the only nerd
What
in
do
the hills.
you mean?
Yo, Carhartt is like fucking Jordans for rednecks.
It really is.
It's like their brand. If you talk bad about that, oh, forget about it. It's crazy.
Wow.
Colonel Rob with a 5. I vote Homer since I grew up with The Simpsons, but in all seriousness, hail y'all, even for most of your heretical takes on pizza. Repent.
Repent for the pineapple.
In which way?
All I know is that's a 5 for Homer. Man, Peter Griffin's getting felted.
Jesus.
Say to you go with a 5. Wizard. Speaking of development stuff, how about an addition of fake portal to pull knowledge and resources for future indie projects there also?
Working on it. It's a slow process, but we're getting there, man.
Killer Guns with a 2. It's official. Atreus has ADHD and some serious tisms. There you go. A kick in the nuts for a 2 says Peter. Family Guy has always been funnier. Anyway, is that the first official vote? That is. Oh,
no,
shit.
that's the second vote for Peter. There was a 2-banger for Peter first.
We need more love for Peter Griffin.
Nah, he's getting felted. Let it happen. Dare with a says Homer the future and the Family Guy is going to lose in homework or Homer. I'm assuming.
Dude, your mic started pulling a Cassie there.
Yeah.
Did it?
Dude, it's fucking
What's
it's
StreamYard, bro.
It's so
Can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, you're fine.
Homer Simpsons can predict the future, and they're predicting that Family Guy is going to lose. And Homer, I'm assuming he meant Homer, dance on the grave of Peter Griffin. Damn, that's another 5. It's not looking good, boys. Jason Long with a 5 says Homer, duh, or do. Sorry, do. That's another 5. Melodic Method just reminded people with a 20-banger to like the stream. I agree. Thank you. And also stop delaying the stream, for fuck's sakes. Appreciate it. Kang with a 5 says, unlike Bubbles and Chim Chim, Homer is a great father because he is actually there. I was having trouble reading that. I was laughing. Sorry. We got Monkey Man with a 5, and Hypno gets another strike because of what someone else said in 3, 2, 1.
No, again, I as a trans, I can say this stuff, and it's okay. It's allowed. Biden told me so himself. Come on, man. We're talking about it.
That is actually funny. Ron DFK with a 2. Homer. Spider Pig lives rent-free in my brain. Damn, bro. The Homer votes are coming in like crazy.
I never got Spider Pig.
It's not even that funny, bro. I don't get this.
Spider Pig, the movie, I didn't think was that funny, to be honest.
That was a
Series
joke for super normies.
4 through 8 is the golden era of Simpsons. You could
Dragon Wise.
3 gone.
I just want to get through these. With a 2 says for Pastor Leon, Peter Griffin. Oh, lucky mother. All right.
Let's go. Let's get some more.
All right. Twisted Master with a 5. Homer, if Hypno becomes a Steam Deck, when does it become apparent? This motherfucker always bringing this shit up, bro. I swear. Thank you, Twisted Master. Nobody with a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you, nobody. Little Jim's Halo with a 2. Jeremy said a $50 tax next time. Peter. Okay. There you go. Scrap Gamer with a 10 says watch Hypnotic. Leon let me on his stream last night. I told him already I was black. Also, Homer Simpson for the win. Nice.
So I let Scrap Gamer on my show last night, and he did a good job. Good job, Scrap. But since he doesn't have his camera on or anything, I had no idea he was black. And for anybody that knows that like watches political content, he sounds exactly like Decoy Voice. He sounds exact. So it's like I interrupted him. This is like the fuck. And I pull up a Decoy Voice video. I was like, this isn't you. And everyone else on the panel was like, they were mind blown. It was uncanny. It's like, no, I'm black, not Asian, which is even fucking weirder. So he sounds like a California Asian with a speech impediment, but he's a black dude. You did good, Scrap.
That's a interesting combination. I'll just leave it at that. Thank you, Scrap Gamer. I appreciate it, man. Fluffy Murder Machine with a 5. I vote Coke. That was last week, bro. Thank you. Don Lewis, 19 months. Peter Griffin is an excellent baseball player. He's always hitting a homer. I see what you did there. Thank you for 19 months of legendary status. King Demon Wing, George Jetson, fuck all the rules. Oh my God, bro. Voodoo with a 5 says, if Leon becomes a father, does it become transparent? Homer. Thank you. Appreciate that. And yes, he does. Felstep with a 2 stream delay. Thanks. And then Vet Gamer with a 5 says, "Sup? What's going on, Vet Gamer?
What's up?
How you doing, brother?" Rumble, we got Draconic with a membership. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me scroll down. We got Genetic Explorer with $1. Sweet dough crust, whipped cream cheese, base, pineapple, blueberry, strawberries, thin apple slices. Argument 1 in favor of pineapple on pizza. I don't know what you are talking about, but that was heresy. Draconic with a membership. Thank you, my man. Appreciate that. Let me scroll down because Rumble doesn't have a fan funding tab. Draconic gives another membership. Thank you. I appreciate that. And we are all caught up. Look at that, man. That's a beautiful thing. All right. ELP 5,000 in USD is a 580. We're just gonna round. I just rounded up to a 6. All right, 6 for Homer. A beautiful thing. So right now, Homer is at $61, and good old Peter Griffin's at $8. Belted.
Damn.
Belted. Oh, you guys picked the wrong one.
I have failed to win a single one of these yet so far.
You can do it, Leon. Just say
Frag
Homer.
Monkey.
So Superman beat Goku?
Yes, sadly.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it
Sweet.
did.
Yeah.
That's just
Fucking weak,
logic.
fucking weak, isn't it?
No, I mean, I
amazing.
wanted both of them to win, but I knew that Superman would logically make the most sense. So,
Nah. Goku all the way. Frag Monkey, thank you for the membership. Adair Soto with a 5. Vote for the Simpson. Like the stream. Leave a comment, everyone. Oops, did I delay the stream? Sorry, everyone. Sorry. Trying to get to the topics. Thank you. I appreciate it. Nobody with a 5 says my new Chrome extension does donation polls. Hypno, would you like me to make you a customized theme for the waifu battle? No, I'm okay, but I appreciate it. Thank you, nobody with the 5. And we are now fully caught up. All right, we can get to the topics. Hey, is Butter Biscuit here? Butter Biscuit, are you here in the chat? Are you here? We're getting to the topics. I want to make sure you're ready for them. Are you here? Where are you? Butter Biscuit, are you here?
The fuck?
Butter Biscuit, hello? Butter Biscuit, are you here?
You're being summoned.
As they pull
Yes,
up
sir.
I
Great.
took him out back, bro.
Great. Do we have permission to start the topics now, Butter Biscuit? Please give us permission to start the topics. Please.
my
Oh,
goodness.
look, another
Yes,
delay.
sir.
Savvy, 6 months. I mean, come on. Less delay, please. Send more super chats.
You.
Oh Jesus! Look what y'all.
And he is a member. LOL. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird. Some people
Okay.
that just don't seem happy watching my content for some reason are members or like the biggest supporters. I don't know. It's just weird. It's kind of off.
backseat streamers are the worst.
Randall for 11 months says, "Hey, 11 months delay
Delay.
the stream." Nice. Mr. Kang with a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And then Little
It's a
Jim's Halo.
banana. He threw a banana at you.
Yeah, shocker. Of course he did. And Little Jim's Halo for 3 months says delay. Delay tax. Is that what we're gonna call super chat today?
Yes!
Delay tax.
Delay.
I'm good for that.
Oh, no.
I'm good for that. Setsuna
Here
with
we
$1.
go.
Thank you so much. How come Butter Biscuit gets all the attention? Oh, it's not attention. It's not attention at all. Trust me. All right, boys. No,
God
and shout
damn.
out to Yellow Flash. I think he's in the chat, man.
He is,
Shout out
yeah.
to Yellow Flash. I'm the
Yes.
discount you, according to people a couple of years ago. I will never
Camelot
forget
was
that
in
claim.
chat too.
Well, we called out Camelot, and then he fell to the Atreus. So, there's that.
It's
Yeah,
funny
do that.
because, like, in all reality, if we're just looking at your avatars, you two would absolutely be like mortal enemies in some 80s American cartoon, like some Transformers or He-Man knockoff. You would be the Skeletor to his like He-Man style character.
You definitely make a
really
comic
true.
book out of that. Adair Soto with a 2. Oops, my finger slipped. Vet Gamer for 13 months. 13 months now. Was watching before that. Keep up the base content. All of you. Thank you. Butter Biscuit with a 5. Y'all took that way out of context, but I'll take the felting. I'm bent over. Have a hey, yo.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hey,
Wait a
yo.
minute.
Hey.
Nah, bro. I'm not getting in no butter biscuits of a man.
I didn't
I'm not
realize the
doing
quarter ring was here.
That's crazy.
that. A little
Hey,
bit of
yo.
by action.
Yeah,
You,
man.
you have
Hey.
to admit he's at least
Yeah, he's
playing
owning up
cool.
to it. That's good.
Yeah, he's
Listen,
owning up to
it.
it. I'll give him that.
I'll say this. We have a discount code on all super chats in the chat. Force Cream Pie. If you use that discount
There it
code,
is. There it
your
is.
super chat will go even further. Guaranteed.
Yeah. We'll invest it all into some Magic the Gathering cards and open them up only to realize they contain fuck all of any value.
Oh man. All right, let's do two more.
That
Two
guy
more.
cannot make a right move right now.
Two more.
Guys,
Thank you, Butter
stop. We
Biscuit.
need to get on topic.
Kang with a 99 cents. James
This
Opp
was
with
a topic
2.
on my show.
We need the intro again. Mr. Blue with a 5. Not sorry for the delay. You should really check out this game sometime. Great spooky game. It's called, fuck you, man. All right. I know that your girlfriend's saying that shit. You guys are fucking
Non-sequitur.
me. Rajoka with a 199 super sticker. Thank you so much. Mervoth with a 2. Need Power Rangers versus Ninja Turtles for the future. We have ideas. Don't worry.
That is a
have
good
ideas.
one. I would love to see the Power Rangers get felted. Yeah, it's a good one.
Iron Man versus Batman.
Wow. No
What was
fake.
mine? Snarro versus Sasuke.
We have a lot of ideas, plenty of ideas to fill an entire year, so don't worry about it. All right, we'll catch up on the other super chats. Thank you guys so much. I don't know what Atreus is freaking out about.
Either his team is losing or he's getting felted in Marvel Rivals. It's one of the two.
I think he's playing Marvel Rivals.
You know his casual ass is playing Marvel Rivals, man.
I don't know.
Oh, by
He
the way,
has a
guys.
look.
By the way, I forgot to mention. I apologize. After SNH tonight, we are going to be playing Yap Yap. We're going to be playing that weird wizard streamer slop game. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be me,
Ironically
Leon.
enough, Wizard will not be joining us.
That's right.
He never
Past
joins us for
bedtime.
video games. God damn it.
late,
But
man.
no, we got
He's busy.
Leon, myself, Kata,
I'm in
maybe
bed.
Snevy, and Sheep.
I'll be there.
I'll be
Kata
there.
says he'll be there, but I'm not confident. Unless it's Marvel Rivals or Arc Raiders, I'm just not confident. But we'll see.
That's
Hopefully
crazy.
he's there.
I'm like at almost every gaming stream, bro. Besides like the first 2.
That's true, but I still got to give you shit for it anyway. But it's okay. So look forward to that. All right, let's get to the topics, man.
Fucking Geeks and Gamers gonna text and be like, "Hey, we're doing Tuesday main event tonight on Saturday." So
Yeah, I know. I know. All right, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, some crazy shit has gone down. Obviously, everybody knows about it. So let's just get right to it. So these last what is it, like 24 hours, 48 hours? Xbox has just completely exploded in every way imaginable. We talked about, I think it was like last year, we talked about Phil Spencer and what will happen when he eventually leaves. And everybody assumed, and I did too, by the way, everybody assumed that Sarah Bond was going to be his replacement. Like she was being, essentially propped up to be the next one in charge, I suppose, over at Xbox. That's how it seemed anyway. So I figured when Phil Spencer was going to go, she was going to, be promoted and follow up. And then obviously she'll promote her own team, because that's what happens. A new CEO comes in, they kind of bring in their own team and, go from there. But that's not what happened at all. So this week we had Phil Spencer retiring, supposedly, whether forcibly or not forcibly. We'll have the conversation about that. But then at the same time, Sarah Bond also resigned from Xbox as well, which was, I think that was probably the big shock out of everything. And there was a replacement that was already in place, ready to go, which means that all of this was planned for months, probably in advance, or maybe even a year in advance. But all this was planned, and they replaced them with somebody called Asha Shah, which was somebody who was in charge of Xbox's AI division prior to them now becoming the CEO of Xbox. So I want to kind of break down this whole conversation into a couple of categories, right? So we're going to talk about Phil Spencer, his retirement, right? Whether it was forced or not, or, whether we feel like it was, time or not time or whatever, or anyway, because I know some people, he's very polarized in a way, because I know some people really like him, some people really hate him, but whatever, anyway. So we'll talk about Phil Spencer. We'll talk about Sarah Bond, why she might have left, even though it seemed like this entire time she was supposed to be, becoming the next big person at Xbox. And then we could talk about Asha Shah and all the ridiculous things that are happening on her Twitter page now. There was somehow made in 2021, but had no post up until today. So, either it was scrubbed or,
it was likely scrubbed.
Yeah, I'm sure it was scrubbed prior to everybody finding out she was going to be CEO. So anyway, and then, we'll just talk about some other stuff too related to the subject, people's reactions. So let's start off with Phil Spencer. Let's just get Phil Spencer out the way. So Philly boy, he retired. And I just want to know, like, whoever wants to go first, do you think this was too soon? Do you think this was the right time? Do you think that he was forced?
What do you mean
he wasn't forced?
I'll go first then, because the obvious answer is it's too late. Dude,
okay,
should
the reason
have
why,
stopped
let me
years ago.
rephrase. Let me rephrase. Hold on. So the reason why I say too soon is because for him, his baby was Game Pass, and we have all these big changes happening with Game Pass that he was supposed to see through, and the changes started being implemented, and now he's retiring, so obviously he's not going to see it through. So that's why I kind of asked, like, is this too soon? Should he have seen through the changes to Game Pass to see if it would have worked, or should we just like you said, it's too late. Kick him the fuck out, and that's it. Anyway, go ahead. You want to go first? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're right when you say that he's a polarizing figure, because I think that there's two sides to Philly Boy here. On the one hand, he does seem like a genuine dude that I'd sit down, have a beer with, and talk about the industry and games and whatnot. And it could probably actually be a fun conversation. On the other hand, dude fucking sucks his job, has always sucked at his job. And he is, I don't want to say solely the reason for the fact that Xbox has been trashed for God knows how many years. But we may as well fall on him. Everything goes, shit rolls downhill. You got to blame leadership at the top. He was at the top. This is a long time coming. I'm pretty sure we talked about his potential retirement maybe like a year ago on the show.
Okay.
No, I disagree.
Go ahead. You disagree? Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he wasn't this part of the solution, but to say that he's a big part of the reason why the brand failed is absolutely fucking insane. The nigga who was doing the job before him literally threw the fucking brand in the garbage, and he just wasn't good enough to go and get it out of the garbage.
Don Matrick.
A lot of people seem to forget that Phil Spencer came in right after they had that legendary fuck up at E3 2013.
That was it. I think that was literally one of the biggest corporate fuck ups of any industry. Of it, they literally threw their brand in the trash, and they had no idea how fucked up it was. So I mean, listen, I agree with the Phil Spencer being a decent guy thing. I just don't think either he just put his chips in the wrong basket, but that's nowhere near as bad as what fucking Don Matrick did. So to say that,
right,
this has been a long time coming or something like that is a ridiculous take, in my opinion.
Well, so to be fair, when I actually do agree with you, Trey. So when I say it's been a long time coming, I'm in one of those everything post Xbox 360 has been trashed. That's the camp I'm in, and that was well
agreed. Yeah,
so I do agree with you in that regard.
There's two different situations in regards to Xbox that made Xbox struggle. One is going into Xbox One generation, pushing full on DRM off rip immediately. And mind you, PlayStation was going to do the same thing, but PlayStation saw the awful reception that Xbox had and literally flipped on a dime off of that. But that's a whole segment in itself on why Xbox had such a catastrophic start of the serious digital era of gaming. But and Phil Spencer definitely inherited that disaster. But where Phil Spencer fucks up is basically all of the people that he hired under him were a bunch of people that were hired for a lot of different reasons other than being gaming oriented. He hired people from different companies that are completely outside of gaming. Sarah Bond was one of them, but there's a multitude of them. And then they went on to hire, and a lot of these people happen to be women. A lot of them happen to be DI hires and all that stuff. But then those people went on to hire a bunch of the same people that also don't understand gaming. So literally under his watch, a bunch of retards that have no idea what gamers want or have any basic understanding of what gamers want were hired. And that's why Xbox became a slop content brand. But the reality is that Phil Spencer himself has not been leading the Xbox brand for quite a couple of years now. He was just the dummy figurehead that gamers, when they saw him, they instantaneously knew, who that is. But he was just kind of a figurehead for the fact that Satya Nadella had already taken over Xbox years ago after the Activision Blizzard acquisition.
Okay. Anybody else?
I was gonna
respond. It was dead. It died after the.
I'll go last. You guys go.
No, I was gonna say, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that either. I mean, after the acquisitions, sure, but I just think Phil Spencer made a bunch of dumbass decisions. It was more I didn't make the decisions.
Absolutely.
It's not the decisions, huh?
Absolutely, I 100% agree.
I think buying Activision Blizzard, putting Call of Duty on a Game Pass lost them $300 million. So that's all I had to say.
How many times have we heard the story? Xbox could have had this IP or could have had that game, and they didn't do it. How many times have we heard the story? This studio with the hit game went to Xbox first, and they were turned down, or whatever. It's they invested into the worst games, and then all of the best games had the same story. Yeah, we was at Xbox, but they wasn't interested. Or we wanted to go with Xbox, but PlayStation made the better offer. make the worst investments, and it's like they were tone deaf. And
Xbox stopped. They stopped with third party like money hatted deals after Rise of the Tomb Raider. That was a major fucking disaster, really. For the brand, the pushback was insane. Not that people acting out should be a factor in how you do business, but they decided that just wasn't the way to go in that specific route. But the problem is they didn't subsidize stopping something with something that was good or an equivalent either. So that's also their problem.
All right.
Okay.
If we just couple rebuttals. Don Matrix gets a lot of shit because Xbox One is one of the worst consoles ever. It's one of the worst lines of games ever. Okay. However, Don Matrix was the leader of the Xbox 360 during its best run. He was there for 6 years prior to. Go ahead.
He also was fucking it up too before the Xbox One announcement.
But it doesn't matter that he was there because he undid it. They were trying to predict it. People forget Xbox was still part of a tech company, which is called Microsoft. At the end of the day, what they're going to try to do all the time is predict the future. That's what everybody's doing right now with AI because they want to get ahead of it. And he and Xbox thought they were getting ahead of the game because Netflix was blowing up and people were starting to stream. And they was like, oh, okay, well, fuck video games. Let's make a streaming box. That's what they did.
With a camera. That was a major issue.
Yeah,
Wizard, jumping through the. I just said it was one of the worst consoles in gaming with one of the worst lineups ever. It was so bad it cost him his job and his legacy. But the Xbox 360 was an awesome run for gaming. It was a great run for gaming. Lots of innovation there. So you can't say that everything he did was bad.
Well, but that wasn't the
fair.
Hold on. Hold on.
I
queue that up to say I can't say a single fucking good thing that Phil Spencer did. So we go back and it's like, oh yeah, Don Matrix. That was over a fucking decade ago. That was 13 fucking years ago. Phil's been in since 2014, and he hasn't done shit to rectify shit. The Xbox One was a terrible console run, and then the Xbox Series S has been an embarrassing console run. You didn't fix any of the problems that the Xbox One created. We wanted and we needed a course correction. I was an Xbox diehard fan during the 360, and I bought an Xbox One. I barely fucking used it. And then they made the announcement because Phil was smart about this. It was a marketing grift. It was one of the greatest marketing grifts I've ever seen. They make the announcement just as the pre-orders go up, just days before the pre-orders for the Xbox Series S goes up. Microsoft acquires Bethesda, and they framed it as if everything Bethesda. If you're a Bethesda fan, you're going to need this new Xbox because everything's going to be console exclusive. Guess what? We got fucking nothing. We got Starfield, 0. That's it. End of list. So we can look at Don Matrix. But for a while, they made a bad move. They made a bad calculated move. They were reading in on what tech is going, the direction that tech is moving. You know, they're trying to get in on the streaming is starting to pick up. And, you know, hey, look, we can't blame them. People were using the Xbox Netflix party like it was running out of fucking business. Okay, the Netflix part, I miss that. The ability that you could jump into Netflix and watch the shows with your friends, that was an incredible thing. And that's what they were cashing in on. They were paying attention to that data, and they were like, oh, well, we'll just do that with the Xbox One. Bad moves, but then Phil did nothing under his tenure to rectify the damages that the Don Matrix era ended with. Xbox now is in the worst condition it's ever been in. It's worse than it was with Xbox One because you know what? You still had people willing to walk around with an Xbox logo on their shirts. Now they don't even sell that shit anymore.
The thing that's irritating about everything you just said is we quite literally said that. We said that Don Matrix threw the thing in the garbage and Phil just did nothing to get it out of the garbage. He tried things, but nothing ever worked. Because at the insurmountable brand damage that Don Matrix did to Xbox, it couldn't be overcome. He tried everything. They just made bad decisions. So I mean, like that's what we were saying. He did. It was like it's like when your superstar quarterback retires and then you get like a mid quarterback to replace him. It's like he's not terrible, but he did nothing to get you back to the Super Bowl. And so, I mean, I agree with everything you said. It's just we're saying, you know, Don Matrick got shit, but he was a part of the 360. Well, the reason why I don't give a fuck about that is because it's not like he brought the 360 version of Xbox to us out of this love for being a gamer. Clearly not, because he tried to take the Xbox into the direction of streaming. So I don't want to give him any credit for that.
That was after, but to his credit, during the Xbox 360 run, we had some of the best games, the best brands. The console war was still thriving. And I know a lot of people aren't going to like me talking about that, but the console war used to be a good thing. That's a whole separate discussion. It used to be a good thing because it forced innovation. Now there's no reason to innovate or compete. But now, you know, we look at, they were looking at Netflix and the rise of streaming early on, and they were trying to be the early first to market for it, especially after the fact that they had, think about it this way, they had also just lost the Blu-ray war. They had Microsoft had just taken a giant fucking L on HD DVD. Do you guys remember that HD DVD?
Yep. Never bet against Sony on new platforms.
I think there's two things that we haven't.
Think of that. That was they're trying to recapture that market.
Laserdisc.
I think it's important to discuss that, yes, Xbox 360 is so innovative in so many great ways, especially very early on in 7th generation. 100%, I completely agree, was my favorite system that generation. But I think we have to acknowledge the reality that the second half of the 360 generation was falling off. Like the forced connecting.
That's why the PlayStation 3 won.
Literally forced packaging connects with the Xbox 360. They actually fucked up so badly. They actually contributed to the PS3 catching up to them despite the catastrophic launch of the PS3.
Thank you.
I was a PS3 guy in that era. I was a loyalist to Sony, and I refused to get an Xbox. But then just at the second when I was finally going to go, all right, I'll take the plunge and get an Xbox, they did all that shit.
I've been waiting for somebody to say that because, yeah, like, you know, when he came out with the Xbox One, it did the whole, you know, Connect thing and the Netflix thing, and it's a streaming box. They were already hinting at that when they were redesigning the Xbox 360 a couple years before the Xbox One came out.
Didn't they change the entire HUD?
They changed the whole thing about the 360. So
RIP to the blades, man. The blades were fire.
It was cool. But like, this was writing on the wall already. And everybody's been saying the exact same thing because it's true. No matter what, the brand of Xbox was thrown in the fucking dumps. And the only way they could turn that around was to make good games for their console.
But
that's the only thing that they could do. They did all they had to do was make good games that were console exclusive and made people want to go back to the brand of Xbox.
Even their first party games were massive disappointments. Then they farmed out the brands and you ended up with the Halo show and stuff like that. Fucking abysmal.
I think everyone is shitting on Phil Spencer, and he deserves it because he never did anything like particularly revolutionary in any grand way. I think Game Pass was a good idea, but now we've seen what subscription services become as endgame. But I also think it's important to highlight that his push for backwards compatibility games was also pretty amazing as well. I bought a bunch of those games on my Xboxes. I think another great thing, really, and obviously Kata's going to disagree with this, was expanding Xbox to more than just an actual console. Being able to play all of my games on my PC and still pay for them, or engage in Game Pass if you want to, right?
So
I think that's amazing. And I will say this also: the features in regards to accessibility when it comes to people who are disabled. I don't know if you guys remember the Xbox controller for disabled people. I thought that was great stuff, man. I thought that was all really cool. So those are at least some things I'll give him credit for. But overall, yeah, he was fucking.
I don't disagree with you.
Fuck everything up when you've got Game Pass, so that people don't actually have to buy your games, and then you make them available on other platforms, so that people don't actually have to buy your system. So
Yeah,
I never understood where the profit line in that was supposed to be.
You buy software.
Yeah. But this is what I was saying. But okay, this is gonna zig. I know we're supposed to zag because we're talking about the leadership, but the actual conversation with the Cassie's PC diehard fan,
right?
Diehard fan. I respect that. However, we look at the PlayStation, all the way PlayStation 2 era. We look at the Xbox 360 era. They were forced to.
Homie just can't bring it to say also the GameCube and the.
Let him finish what he's saying. Let him finish.
Oh, fuck off, Atreus. I was making a joke. Shut the fuck up. Go on, Wizard.
Damn.
The consoles were it wasn't just the consoles that were competing. It was which console was putting out the best games, and then you had to own that console to play that game. And so, like okay, Xbox had Halo. All right, Halo was dropping your dick on the table back in the day, right? Fast forward, now everything could just be anywhere at any time. There is no reason to make the best games. It's okay to ship mediocre shit because because our sales numbers don't matter anymore. Because
what does
now
that
everything
mean?
is Game Pass.
How many games fail? Like you could just buy it. Literally, you could buy it anywhere. That's literally the positive. All you're arguing is an anti-consumer perspective. Hey, we're selling this shit box. We're gonna force you to buy this shit box in order to play this nice game that we know you want to play.
Yeah.
Literally, it's just anti-consumer.
But they
I mean, it
had
can
to
be
be good games.
anti-consumer, but it's part of business.
It was really good business because
there's no
games were really good at the time. They had that command. I'm speaking on if I'm a business person, I want people to not only buy my console, but I want a reason for them to keep using it and turning it on every single day and burning hours playing it. The only way that's going to happen is if my games are so good that they don't want to buy the other console, they want to buy mine, and then they're going to buy all of my games, which gives me the most leverage in the marketplace.
I want to be a smarter. Hold on. I want to be a smarter businessman.
There is no reason to ship a game under the Xbox brand. It is better to ship under your own brand right now.
I want to be a smarter businessman and not have to invest research and development time into a shit box when literally a bunch of better boxes already exist. And I want to make the best game possible and sell it to as many people as possible. It's really that simple.
Okay.
I mean, but then
you say it's that simple.
But that has nothing to do with the Game Pass. So
it is simple because the reality is the more games you offer to people, the more headspace that it's going to have overall, if it's worth buying and engaging in, the more people you have these games in the hands of, the more that your game is going to own the headspace. I mean, we see so many literal examples that live right now because of this.
Can I say one thing? I just want to say one thing.
No, fuck you, Hypno.
Yeah, sure. So I would agree with I agree with both sides, to be honest with you, but I get what Cassie's saying. The problem is that Xbox has not gone all in on either or. So Xbox is focused on trying to have it all. Yep. And by trying to have it all, they're losing it all. You know, Xbox was part of the console wars, whatever you want to call it, branded. Like they were a brand. Xbox was a brand. PlayStation was a brand. Nintendo was a brand. And Xbox started to do this weird marketing. And I think this is ultimately where they kind of really died. You know, I know people say Xbox is dead, but you know, where they really died was the loss of the brand. Because at this point, if you are going to sacrifice what it means to be part of your ecosystem, which is your hardware or whatever, if you're going to sacrifice that, then you need to go all in and just give up the other side. You know, you kind of got to pull a Sega at that point and say, all right, we're going to bow out of the console hardware perspective, and we're going to focus, like you said, just on making great games that people want to play, and they will be available everywhere. And Xbox will be the brand of amazing video games that are better than anywhere else currently at this point in time, or at least that's where you would focus. But they're not. They're focused. They're saying they're going to do hardware. They're saying they're going to do software. But you have no reason, like you guys said, to buy the hardware because, well, it's available everywhere. You know, everything's an Xbox. You have no real reason to get the software specifically on the hardware because it's available everywhere. So it's kind of like where do you get?
And I just don't think the Game Pass really helps Xbox. I know that a lot of people like the Game Pass, but I just think it's a bad idea because like you're just playing game and then you just move it off platform.
Well, hold on. I need some clarification here because Cassie came at Wizard saying all you're doing is making an anti-consumer argument. Well, so I've got 2 points to make to that, and that's like because you're really gonna need to break this down for me. That's the argument that should be being made. We are the consumers ones paying for the practice. If the company is doing anti-consumer practices, like that's absolutely a detriment to us, the customer. But also, you're the biggest advocate for PC due to the freedom, due to it being so pro-consumer. So how are you annoyed with an anti-consumer stance that an argument that Wizard is making? That I don't see how you rationalize the two.
I don't understand what you're getting
Well,
at.
because Cassie doesn't like the consoles.
Because your exact words.
Because I don't want to pay for a box that is inferior to my box when I can literally just use my box instead and buy your software.
All right, who's making she's using her box?
Clarify so I can get an answer because you're not answering the question.
No, because I didn't understand it.
Yeah, use your box.
Right. I'm trying to clarify, but they won't shut the fuck up. So you said to Wizard, all you're doing is making an anti-consumer. All you're doing is pointing out their anti-consumer practices. You said it in such a dismissive way. It was like as if he was making a bad argument by doing that. Why that line of thinking? What was the reason for that comment? Because that's what Wizard is doing.
No, because I did explain prior. You're forcing somebody to buy a box, which is not the thing that they want. They want the game. They want to get the game. They want to play the game.
Too.
What they're intervening is at this point, what, $450 to $800 product in order to have access to the one thing that you actually want.
Okay, can I please?
Atreus, take over.
Leon's question blew my mind. Like that shit, I didn't get that at all. But I want to respond to two things. The one thing that I wanted to address was fucking Hypnotic. He said it before I could get to it because, god damn it, that pussified ass marketing they went to, where they wanted to be, we're the friendly Xbox brand, and we're friends with everybody. Everybody can have games. That's that bitch shit. And then it leans over a little bit into what Cassie's talking about when she says, anti-consumer practices. I'm a little bit confused by that because fuck that. Like, listen, yeah, you're the consumer, but no, if you want to play my shit, you're gonna have to get on my platform. Like, this isn't kumbaya where we want to hold hands with everybody. I make a good game. I want you to be on my platform to play it. Now, if you feel like my platform is inferior, fair enough. Fine, we'll make compromises. This will go on PC and everything else. But the moment everybody start trying to hold hands and do all this extra shit, like Nintendo not doing that shit. And while they might not be selling the best ever games, man, their margins are always in the green. You don't hear people getting fired over at Nintendo because they're putting out unique style games that you're not going to get anywhere else. So all that, like, hey, anti-consumer, I don't give a flying fuck. You want to play Mario, you're going to come over here and play it, or you can go fuck yourself.
Or you can steal it.
I mean, you can steal it, but most people
you can't steal it. YouTube does not like that. You can't steal it. We advocate against that. You advocate against that. You don't do that. Fucking you guys.
I mean, even so, like Atreus, even without the piracy argument, because we're using rules and whatnot, even without that, Atreus.
I think she said can, not should.
Regardless, the point is that the piracy argument that's a moot point because Atreus is correct in that competition in the marketplace is what breeds innovation. So if you're going to I think the kumbaya statement was fucking brilliant.
There is no kumbaya.
Hold hands. There's absolutely kumbaya, and Sony's doing it too. They're doing it at a much slower rate. That's why Sony's brand is also being diluted, just not near accelerated as Xbox is. They're all holding hands saying kumbaya, and everything's coming to PC. And Atreus is right. Look, we can bitch and moan about Nintendo all we want. Wizard effectively makes that his entire personality, and I fucking love it. But at the end of the day, Nintendo be doing fucking numbers, and people still play Mario.
I think both could be true. I think it could be anti-consumer and also good for business.
And why do people keep making the argument that Nintendo is not in a competition with anybody? They're on their own. Like people pick and choose which side it's fucking crazy.
Conversation's fucked.
Like, yeah, it is retarded.
Why is it fucked?
I never stated that, by the way.
No. I'm just saying that people pick and choose when to have certain stances. But Kata, go ahead. You have your hand raised.
Yes. I just wanted to say that Atreus is 100% correct. And the only thing that he didn't mention is it would have made sense if they were going all in on the software and wanting to put their games on different platforms if their brand was not damaged the way that it was. So Phil Spencer doing the Game Pass of things, yeah, it's brilliant. You know, it makes sense to put your game somewhere else.
Excuse me.
You're not in a position to do that because people aren't buying your console. And Hypno is also right. So if you want to go into the gaming thing, bow out of the hardware and go straight into the software. And they didn't do that, right? And then Cassie is also correct because it is kind of, you know, anti-consumer to go, oh, well, you know, buy everything on our box. But they have to do that because they're a business and they're trying to make money. So all the things could be correct, but when you break it down, Phil Spencer is still fucking retarded because he didn't do the one thing that he needed to do, which was make people want to join your space, your ecosystem. All he did was try to spread it out more than it already was without rebuilding the brand of Xbox.
Yeah.
And yeah, he did spread it out, and they've been getting fucked for a decade plus because Sony beat their ass 2 generations. You know,
I'm real confused as to why people think that having exclusives is anti-consumer.
I'm so with you.
It is.
I'm with
I
you.
literally explain how.
But you're right. But it's not having. Okay, by your logic, here's if we're to apply your logic, let's say to movies. Any studio in the world, Fox, Disney, Pixar,
No. You didn't understand. You don't
any
understand
studio
why.
in the world should be able to make a Star Wars movie because exclusivity doesn't matter.
No,
wait,
literally.
That's a bad analogy.
Not anybody can make Tomb Raider, my guy. Like that doesn't change. What the
People
fuck?
are not thrilled
But
when
if they put
Netflix
that on
suddenly
every
didn't have their
platform, then
movie
it's irrelevant.
anymore.
Yeah,
When
all
everybody
of these fucking films now.
Look at the streaming wars. When everybody suddenly opened up their own fucking platform, suddenly Netflix didn't have everything on it anymore. The Disney stuff went to Disney, the Paramount stuff went to Paramount, and it was fucking annoying. It basically turned the entire streaming service into cable television again. And it's just annoying.
What I will say really quick is that I don't think that's a good analogy because the movie could be made by one studio, but it's accessible in all theaters.
Bingo.
Every other movie is accessible.
Right, it doesn't work when you're talking about going to the movies. It works when you're talking about streaming platforms.
I'll grant the analogy was a bad analogy, but that still doesn't mean that having exclusives is inherently anti-consumer.
No. It's literally forcing people to invest in hardware that they do not fucking want.
But it's not forcing them to because they still have the choice.
Who are you?
I missed out on whole franchises because I didn't want to buy an Xbox. Well, I would have liked
you
to
made
have
that
played them.
choice.
And I made the choice, yeah, but I still feel like they're dicks for forcing me to make that choice.
Yeah.
But
because the hardware is not appealing.
They put me in a position where I had to make a choice in the first place, which I didn't want to make.
People that fight for exclusives ignorantly refuse to acknowledge that there's plenty of other ways to compete in the space. They just refuse to acknowledge that. Perhaps put out a box that's actually worth buying. You could start there without having to be like, hey, let's dangle this little Mario right here. If you want to play with this guy, you got to go buy this fucking piece of shit hardware.
You understand how business works because anti-consumerism.
No, you made an argument that doesn't even make sense, and you're telling me I don't understand.
The example he used was flawed, which he said.
Yes, I admit the analogy was a bad analogy. I was called out on that, and I'll agree to that. However, the definition of anti-consumerism is describing actions that harm, exploit, or unnecessarily restrict customer choice and experience, such as predatory pricing, planned obsolescence, or poor customer support. At the end of the day, those are
forcing people to buy garbage hardware that they do not want.
Wait. Time out.
Thank you for making my argument for me. This is a long conversation. Can we move on now, brother? I'm about to get my third cup of coffee, brother. Holy shit. Thank you very much, brother.
Time out. All blacks and all whites on the screen. Calm down.
I'm sorry.
All right, kids. Just kick everyone else out and let them have it.
No, it's a good conversation. Hold on.
It
Time out.
actually.
Let's let Leon finish what he was going to say, and then Cassie can say what she wants to say, and then Atreus wants to go off. So
I ain't gotta say nothing. He made my argument for me.
All right, so Leon can go, and then Atreus can go. Leon, go ahead. Let's go.
None of those aforementioned things in the definition of anti-consumerism, exclusive games fall under, right? It fall under predatory pricing.
Let him finish, Atreus.
Yeah, fall under predatory pricing, fall under planned obsolescence, poor customer support. Saying, hey, we made this thing. This thing is only available here. Maybe we could use fast food as an example instead. You can't go to Burger King and get a fucking or you can only go to Burger King and get a Whopper. You can't get yourself whatever McDonald's version, like the Big Mac or whatnot. All right, that is an exclusive. That's not anti-consumer.
Let him finish. Okay, Leon, you done?
Yeah, I'm finished.
All right, Trey's go ahead. Cassie's not gonna go. She's sleeping.
Leon,
Go ahead.
my guy, what are we doing here? The Burger King analogy is insane because they're the only ones that make their burgers.
Yeah, that's different flavor. Yeah,
the industry standard in the video game industry is that when somebody puts out the video game,
you don't think the McDonald's has a patent on the Big Mac?
Look, the thing is that food doesn't really work because there's always an alternative dish.
These analogies are fucking retarded.
These analogies are retarded. You're right, because that food doesn't work. Food doesn't work because it's fungible.
Stupid.
Wait, let Atreus finish because we let Leon finish. Let Atreus finish. Go ahead.
Are you telling me that if I go to a fucking Microsoft store and I say, man, I really like your new game. I got $60, but I can only afford the PS5. Can I please get it on the PS5? And they tell me, no, you got to buy an Xbox. Is that not, you're telling me that's not anti-consumer? When the industry standard, when the industry, I think you're conflating anti-consumerism with one anti-consumer act, because it's one thing to be an anti-consumerist where everything you do is like anti-consumer. We're not saying that these guys are practicing let me bring that back. We're not saying that these guys are anti-consumerist with everything they do, but to have exclusives is anti-consumers because some of your potential consumers are on one platform and they may not be able to afford to be on both. So it's
anti-consumer, guys. Anti-consumer is a legal definition. So when you're going to say so-and-so is doing something anti-consumer, it is something they can get sued over.
Okay, consumer unfriendly.
I'm kind of there with that too.
Consumer unfriendly.
Consumer unfriendly, or are you saying like it's straight up?
I've always said it was consumer unfriendly.
If you want to say it's consumer unfriendly, I'll agree to that, but it is not anti-consumer.
Well, thank you for abandoning everything.
Are you telling me I had to listen to all this fucking bullshit for the last 10 minutes and the actual argument was a fucking semantic one?
Semantics are incredibly important. No, because when you're debating, semantics are incredibly important.
Stupid.
All right, listen, let's Savvy, you want to say something? Go ahead, Savvy. Savvy, you're the lawyer. Go ahead.
Okay. No, it's not a comment about that, but it's just a comment on the entire argument too. I think I think you're making the assumption that they really want to sell more consoles, and I don't think they do, because most of their revenue, I was looking this up, comes from services and content and not the actual consoles themselves. So, and this is based on the 2025 annual report from Microsoft, where they talked about the fact that there is a decline in the Xbox hardware sales, but 16, they said it was completely offset by the fact that they're selling more Xbox Game Pass and more services in the content than Xbox. So I don't think they care, because the whole purpose of exclusivity is to sell more hardware, and I don't think that's where they're putting all their eggs.
It's all about the software. It's all about the services.
So then I asked the question. Okay, the next question is going to be: so then, at what point do you say, let's stop wasting money on the hardware, because people already know us as a brand and as a I guess a streaming brand at this point. Mm-hmm. When do we stop wasting money on the hardware and stop wasting money on all this like research and development for another generation hardware and just go focus on software and increase our profits by removing all those costs? When do we do that? Or do we keep going and keep doing a hardware thing because people remember us from when we were actually part of some sort of like console war? Because let's be real, as much as people, this is why I say I agree with both sides, because if these brands were built off console exclusivity, they just were. Okay, like that's just that. It was the console wars. It became a thing. Xbox was a thing. PS5 was a thing. It was a thing. Nintendo is still doing the same thing they've always been doing, but that's because they don't change. They're ran by like 80-year-old Japanese men. It's not going to change. Okay. But when it comes to Xbox, they decided to give that up before their enemy did, right? So they decided to give that up before PlayStation did. PlayStation was still doing it until Xbox started to whore themselves out, and the PlayStation was like, you know what? We're gonna do timed exclusivity, but eventually we're gonna whore ourselves to PC because we want that money, and there's a lot of money on PC. But they never went all in. Like Xbox went all in. They're just like, yep. Like I'll be real. The moment Halo went on PlayStation, that was it. That was literally it. That was like
Is
the entire history of Xbox went out the window at that point. And now it's like, all right, so at that point, you might as well just have given up on the hardware and just go full software. You can save a lot of money that way, you know?
Xbox's problem is that they were too pussy to just go all in. Like they are trying to wean people. They're basically they're just trying to combine Xbox with PC because they realize that literally we separated our bases into two specific things that are still us. So like they're trying to do this bitch made version of trying to combine everybody instead of going the Sega route and being like, yeah, we done with this hardware shit. So like they're trying to find all of these ways to slowly get Xbox people while preserving the Xbox brand to use as they go back to PC because they realize that Steam is making the big boy moves and moving strategically to try and take over the PC base. That they know that is their real fight. It's a platform war, you know, all that stuff. It's not about console wars anymore. That shit is 20 fucking years ago. That shit is over. They're trying to fight for their platform with Steam. That is the main.
But can we agree? I've been waiting here. So I want to establish a few things because I agree with 99% of the things you're saying. But that 1% is breaking my balls because it seems like you refuse to acknowledge one thing, which is, did the console and I have a series of questions, so don't everybody jump in. Shut the fuck up. Could you agree that the exclusivity war forced the companies to produce better games at the time? Not now, obviously not now. But back in the Xbox 360 era, the PlayStation 2 era, were all of the companies forced to make better games at the time?
Oh, they were forced to absolutely make good games, and really to establish IPs that people do want. Yeah, like it falls into that, but there's different, you know, things that they were trying to get across the board. Like, for example, you know, 6th gen and 5th gen was about like establishing mascots. Like a lot of that came into making good games that got people behind those mascots, the forms of advertising. That is true, absolutely, right. But it also has other categories around that too. Yes.
So would you say then that as Xbox and even PlayStation, as they have moved closer to center, they have lost their identity as being able to make those good games? Because I think it doesn't matter if the games are available everywhere. The problem is these games are shit that there's no reason to even play them, even if they are everywhere. So would you say that this movement, and maybe they're not exclusive, but I believe that the movement to try and meet everyone everywhere, and almost to your credit, by not creating a better box, they've killed the ability to make good games because now they have to be ready to be played on a shit box and also the shittiest computer that somebody has. These games need to be able to run on that. And I think that's a big point.
Well, I just think that we're just at this point going to argue whether exclusives make better video games. And that's not necessarily the case. That isn't the case.
That is how I feel about Xbox and PlayStation specifically. Now, yeah, anybody can make anything for anything, and it could be an incredible game. But specifically, Xbox and PlayStation were the two going head-to-head. Nintendo's in its own league, and these two did the best when they were fighting against not only each other, but the entire market. And ever since they've come closer and closer and closer to center, the game quality that they're outputting has seen a decline. And I would go all the way back to 2013.
But I mean, literally,
everything goes to shit.
You can argue whether the platforms are doing better or worse, whatever have you, because they're trying to put games out to everybody, or they're trying to, you know, appeal to everybody. Yeah, like appealing to everybody, we know notoriously it is detrimental. It's more so like this argument is making a product that appeals to a certain group of people, but those certain groups of people are across all different sorts of platforms. But then you have third party that's been able to literally produce tons of third party games available on different platforms simultaneously day one, and some of them have issues with it, some of them don't. It really just depends on if you care about getting a working product into the hands of users day one or not. Like Final Fantasy 16 was an exclusive game day one to PlayStation 5, and I played it on my PlayStation 5. That is the game that made me say, oh, I'm fucking done with consoles, because that shit is ass. Even despite being developed to be on one specific platform.
If I write a book, if I was to write a book, this is the anti-consumer thing. So I wanted to, and then Atreus jump in. I'm done. Do you guys think, because maybe this is a better example than what Leon was saying. I'm trying to give a better example. If I write a book, I have two options of publishing that book. I could publish a physical book, or I could publish digitally, or both. But if I was to just publish a physical book, in your definition, is that anti-consumer? Would you classify that as anti-consumer?
No.
Okay. So, but you still have to meet me on the platform that I've published that book.
It doesn't.
I don't know.
Like
I don't
you're
think
not
that lines up
forcing.
properly,
You're
'cause
not.
No. Hang on,
forcing-
Will. I want to hear
You're not
Cassie say it.
forcing the person that wants to buy the book to buy the publisher too.
Well,
Totally different situations here.
No. I think they're pretty close. It's if you want to read my
Not
book,
really.
you want to experience my game, you have to buy that version.
Yeah, you have to buy it in the way that's dictated.
So
In the way that it's dictated that you
buy. You have to buy a console to experience the game. There is no equivalent of that when it comes to a book.
You're talking about like
If
10
I
bucks
had
for
a
book
digital
versus
version only,
300 for
then
a
you need a.
tablet.
Well, hang on.
We're deciding whether we want to buy a physical copy of a game or a digital copy of a game.
Too, Will.
That you're what the reality is, you're not acknowledging that there is a middle prerequisite to getting to the game. There is no middle prerequisite to buying
All
a
right,
book.
well, we'll switch it around then. Let's say I only put it out on digital and I refuse to put it out on physical.
Doesn't make a difference.
How's it
You
not?
just put it on Apple or Android.
I have now met your exact
brother.
criteria. I'm trying to
No,
say.
you
No.
not understanding the reality of the situation. I could buy a game physically, or I could buy a game digitally.
Your definition of anti-consumer is a fucking console, right? I'm hearing that right. There is
No,
no
it doesn't
other
work because
alternatives.
books don't cost. Books are not prohibitively expensive, and you're not being forced to choose one type of book
I'm not,
versus another.
I'm not being
Guys, are
forced
you all
to buy
high?
the
This
entire
example for
bookshelf
digital only
to have
works perfect
access to
because
the
if you
book.
want to buy a digital only,
Yeah.
if the example is a
The only way it works is if you have only digital and you have only Apple rather than Android.
For a second.
Another one. Another one. Another one.
Leon, you want to keep fighting this battle, but every argument you make doesn't make any
If
sense.
the book is digital only, then you have to buy a device to read the digital
The
book.
equivalent,
Reader,
the
an
equivalent
iPad,
of what
which is
I'm trying to say
console.
between books and games is that in order to buy this book, I have to buy this massive bookshelf. That is the equivalent of being like, if I want to buy this exclusive game, then I have to buy the console. Yes,
It's digital only.
Ladies.
that's literally what you're trying to
read
force.
it digitally only.
It does not equate. I'm sorry. It literally,
iPad's like
you can have common sense or not.
Wow, that got really quiet.
Oh,
my God, my ears.
Can you share my screen?
No, hold on. 5 more minutes on this topic. I'll let anybody who wants to talk. Try to let everybody talk. 5
Butter
more
Biscuit
minutes.
got his money's worth, brother.
Yeah, Butter Biscuit. I don't want to hear you fucking bitching now. 5 more minutes, and then we're moving on to Sarah Bond, where we're all gonna do a kumbaya and just make fun of the same. Anyway, 5 more minutes. Let's
Sorry,
go.
Trace. I stopped you from asking a question.
Have the
about that.
floor,
No
guys.
blacks allowed in the middle. Stop this shit. This is terrible. What's this?
Am I on
There
the
you go.
bottom now?
That's better.
I can't believe it. I was able to hold on to my thought while y'all was going.
I'm shocked. Don't lose it.
He's showing signs of intelligence, guys.
Let him go. Let him go.
It's funny because I agree with Wizard, but then I don't agree with Wizard, and I completely disagree with Cassie, but not like disagree. I think Cassie, I obviously she's the PC warlord over here. Okay, so it's like it comes
That's
to her
crazy.
argument full and through. I get it, and like as somebody who's playing PC more than anything now, like I get where she's coming from because now as a PC player now, on a personal side, I'm biased. I want everything on PC now. You know what I'm saying? So of course I make that argument. From Wizard, I agree that they were better off making games when they were competing against each other because they took pride in their brand. When you listen to these motherfuckers now, they don't take pride in their brand anymore. It's like, oh, we're all friends. What did the billionaire? He said that this was a bar. I'll never let this go. He said there's too many people in the industry drinking Starbucks and not enough drinking Mountain Dew. And that was a fucking bar. That was a fucking bar.
I
dog.
agree.
But I also disagree with you that that Sony is kind of like they're going coming into the middle with the kumbaya shit. I don't think that's the reason why Sony isn't making good games. Sony's chasing the live action shit. That's their
if anybody wants to
I
have
agree
a
with
good
that, brother.
analogy that they can use, they can just use the Monday Night Wars from pro wrestling. There you go. There's an analogy.
Like I think the reality is that like people want to point at putting games everywhere as the main issue with the games industry when that's literally not the case. It's all the fuck shit. It's all the business fuck shit that is really affecting gaming. Like Sony, it's a lot of different things, but the main thing is they are chasing live services. Putting developers on those live services and putting all that money towards live services has taken away from their ability to produce single player games that has made them super popular for literally like 2 generations prior. Like we can go into so many reasons why Xbox is fucking up. Putting their games on PC is not one of them. As a matter of fact, that's the one thing that's putting their games on PlayStation 5 is literally that's one of the main things that's helping them. Now, you know, the fact that they got here and are forced to do that is a conversation to be had, right? But literally them putting their games on other platforms is not the issue. It's like you're arguing at most maybe a symptom, but like, bro, the reality is if Xbox went back to being like, we're an exclusive box. You want to play our games, you have to buy our box. Ain't nobody buying that shit, bro. Nobody gives a fuck. Being an Xbox guy, you look like a fucking homo sapien. You look like a fucking loser. People make fun of you because that brand is shit. And that brand was shit before the games went elsewhere. That's the clear facts of the matter.
Okay, but that's only the case. And frankly, I agree with a lot of what you said, but that's only the case due to the fact that even before the homogenization of everything going to PC and everything being on each other's platforms and whatnot, Xbox is a brand, and Sony slower, but still to a similar extent. They started diluting their brands. The games started becoming stale. It started becoming homogenized. Now, so I agree with you that it is a symptom. I agree with you that it goes back further. However, if Xbox had done everything right, they could be in the same position Nintendo is in right now, which is we can be the exclusive guy, and if you want our shit, you buy our shit. If they had maintained quality control, they didn't maintain quality control, so. I guess that's where I'll end it.
That is an option. And there's no denying that the reality is the exclusives route is an option. What I'm saying is that's not the only option. Like people recognize Xbox as a brand. People recognize Nintendo as a brand.
Not anymore.
PlayStation as a brand. But the reality is there's also Activision that was a brand that I recognize. That there's Capcom as a brand. When there was a time where I saw that Capcom logo and I was like, oh, I have to have this. That logo means something. That Activision logo at one time meant something. For me, my issue is the consolidation in the industry. That is a major fucking issue. It's not putting the games everywhere. It's literally stealing these companies, buying them up, whatever have you, right? Siphoning all the competition in the industry by buying it and putting it under your brand instead of making the better games, instead of competing with the competition, you instead buy the competition. And that's the main issue. That's my issue.
Well, and once again, I agree with pretty much everything you said, but to contend with the initial argument, which was that, whether or not exclusives were inherently anti-consumer or things to that effect, the idea that I was trying to put forth, I think Wizard as well, is that the exclusives, just by nature of being exclusives, aren't inherently anti-consumer. There's a myriad of other issues, and that had those other issues never arose, we wouldn't be having a conversation about exclusives because at the end of the day, these exclusives are only no longer exclusives as a band-aid due to the issues that arose prior.
The reality is, like, we can say, oh, exclusives are anti-consumer or they're not anti-consumer. What's anti-consumer about the situation? Let's get all the bullshit out the way. Let's argue in semantics. That's fucking gay. The thing that makes it a problem is the reality that nobody wants to buy these shit boxes. What makes people want to buy the shit box is the games. If you're a gamer, you want to play games, my guy. There is nothing about now. Say if they revolutionize the console in some way, shape, or form that manages to be more appealing than a box that does everything, being PC, right? Then yeah, maybe people will want to buy the box, but they're doing nothing competitively to make people want to buy the box. They're just withholding software from them. And that to me is lazy, and it is the problem that is making these systems unpurchasable for me, for longtime gamers, and more people as time goes on. Console gaming is not growing. It's not growing. PC gaming is growing for a reason.
I have a question, Cassie. Is that more of a gamer thing, or is it like, because I feel like normies do want to buy boxes.
But I was gonna say it's kind of hard to go to Cassie's points because she sees it from a gamer's perspective and she doesn't look at it at an over like arching view. Like as a gamer, I 100% hear what you're saying, but that mom that has a kid that wants to play games is gonna go out and buy that PlayStation.
Exactly.
You know, she's gonna go buy that Xbox.
But here's the thing, though: a lot of children are requesting phone devices to play games or PCs to play games.
That's true, but until millennials die out and some of the later or I guess the earlier Gen Zs die out, it's not going to matter because I like every day normally people are still playing PS5.
But the thing is, a lot of those people are older. A lot of kids are requesting they're not requesting consoles as much as they used to.
No, that's true.
It's something that is changing. Like we have to change.
You know what would fix that? You know what would fix that? If the games were good.
Yeah, that's
fucking games.
I would also change it.
If the games were good, you just play them at the best spot, which would be PC anyway.
I just don't think that argument works anymore because you're past that point already. Like, had this been like 10, maybe like 5 or 6 or 7 years ago, and it was like, oh, they still had the chance to put better games out to make people want to buy the consoles and go to the brand, that will work. But to Cassie's point, it doesn't matter anymore because more people are getting PCs, more people are getting phones and stuff like that, and it doesn't matter if they put out good games anymore because nobody really wants to actively go out and get an Xbox.
The reality,
but if the games were good,
if the games were good,
it'll be my final.
All right, Leon. Afterwards, I just want to make a point. I think the reality is that in the current space of digital entertainment and how it is now, the reality is that console gaming is a sloppy in between. It doesn't do anything necessarily exceptional. Like literally, phones are becoming powerful enough to play console games. PCs are like the big thing that you can aim for. Now there's also budget PCs. Like consoles are this sloppy in between that does nothing good. It's just easy to settle for, but but phones are easier to settle for. Really, at the end of the day. So, Leon, go ahead, take it away. Do your thing.
So, first of all, once again, I do agree with you. I think that you or maybe someone else on the panel, who said misinterpreted what Wizard was saying. What Wizard was saying, or at least the way I interpreted it, and Wizard, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to try and steel man your argument here.
Yeah.
If the games were good out the gate, there's a value there that the game is good, and the companies, whether it be Sony, whether it be Nintendo, whether it be Microsoft, would have the power to say, we are going to keep this on our console, and you are going to come. Why? Because it's good enough. You are going to pay for it, and that is, that has been the nature of. That's not just gaming. That's the nature of most things that are just consumer based in general. If there is a value in said thing, you go to that thing, and we can make it as easily accessible, more difficult, or how difficult it is to access, whatnot. But the point is, if Sony and Microsoft had been making good games, they wouldn't have had to effectively bend the knee to the PC market. They could have kept bringing in those consumers. Now, we as PC gamers, I'm pretty sure everybody on this panel is almost exclusively PC at this point, if not exclusively PC. We all, by all means, put that shit on PC. That is the optimal way to play. I don't know anybody that still plays consoles with the exception of, I'll still play Smash Bros. Now and again on the Switch. Beyond that being said, most folk, normies in general, would have no problem buying multiple consoles because that's what's happened many generations up until recently because the games are good. People bought the Xbox and the PlayStation because, man, they wanted Killzone and they wanted Halo because they were both fucking great.
Your argument is refuses to see the concept of the value is not the box. The value is the games themselves. You keep going back to forcing people, the only idea is for this company to get people to buy this box. The reality is we're in a digital age now. You don't need a box. Like literally that argument works before the digital age.
Argument
doesn't that doesn't work anymore. You don't have to have a box for this stuff. To force people to continue to go to an old mindset.
Leon literally said it. Smash Brothers a second ago. Look,
yeah,
that proves the point right fucking there.
Nintendo is
Jesus
doing it,
Christ, man.
But not only that,
Nintendo can continue to do that, and that's fine. But not
I don't think there's
everyone
a
has to
blanket
do
rule
it.
for any of this.
Hold on.
But
There
you
go.
keep
just
saying
said
no one wants
Nintendo-
the boxes. No one wants the consoles.
Nobody.
Yeah,
Does anyone
They want
really
the
want
game.
a Switch 2?
No, I don't.
They want Mario.
Say yes.
They want Zelda. They want Smash Bros. They don't want a fucking Switch 2.
She's right.
Okay,
I completely stand up for that.
Kathy,
I
hold on.
don't want to
know
have to
about
buy a
that.
Switch 2 to play
That's
Zelda,
not
even though I'm a massive
argument.
fan.
Here's the thing. You're
I
not
don't know about
contending
that.
with the argument, Cassie. The argument is
You're going to your fifth argument now, but let's continue, my guy.
Whether people
go
want
down
the
the road.
box, whether people want the box or not, is irrelevant. You're correct.
No, you're
People-
forcing it to be relevant. You're trying to force it to be relevant. It is not relevant. That's my whole
Guys,
point.
hey Hypno, next week, instead of doing characters, next week, do exclusivity versus not exclusive.
Whether people
Well, Hypno, do you want to
games-
move on like you said?
Yeah, because I
This
keep
is
winning.
gonna end.
I keep
Yeah,
winning
I
without
was-
even having to talk.
Yeah, I'm fucking tired.
I was power watching while you guys were arguing. I actually got a lot done.
I'm making my thumbnail for my stream later.
Really helpful. No, but I'm listening to everything you guys are saying, and it seems like we're just running in circles. Where it's like not quite understanding or thinking we're understanding, but I get it. I get what Cassie is saying, and ultimately it comes down to the reason why you have a platform, or the reason why you choose XYZ platform. And I think she's saying that the reason why people will choose a platform is because of the games that are on it. Otherwise, without those games, enforcing those games on that platform, nobody's going to want that platform. It's not the platform itself that people are buying. Although I will counter argue that culture played a big part in platforms, especially when it became prominent in the console wars. There were people that were choosing fucking PlayStation or Xbox just because they wanted to, choose a side. Yeah, Trace.
I'm sorry, I just don't agree with that at all. Like, you know how many? I used to work for Comcast. Y'all know that. So I used to go to people in and out of people's houses to install internet and shit like that. And I was doing this when the original Nintendo Switch had been announced. Now I wasn't doing this when the Nintendo Switch 2 was announced, but both Switches, niggas was busting nuts on themselves about the Nintendo Switch, like flat out. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Yeah, people love the games, but niggas was like, there were niggas with Switches playing Tetris. Like, what are we doing? Like
that was a rare thing because it was a technological leap.
The idea that people don't love the console, yes, they do. I think people love holding physical hardware in their hand, especially when you talk about hardware like disc and stuff like that. But that's a whole nother conversation. I think that there are some people. Somebody was about to say something.
I would agree with that. No, I
was just going to say that the Switch was maybe a unique case because it was a change of like a total shake-up for how we could play games.
Right,
literally to abandon the Wii U.
I think the design of these consoles really affect what people, because people like aesthetically pleasing things. That's why motherfuckers, despite the fact that Androids have features that iPhones have 10 years before iPhone get it, people still buy iPhones because it's aesthetically pleasing and it gives you this sense of you got money.
That makes them feel superior, yeah.
Despite the fact that you're 3 months behind on your rent, but you feel rich because you got an iPhone. It's kind of the same way. Like, people, when they see the Xbox One, they're like, what the fuck is this ugly ass shit? That's part of the reason why niggas didn't buy it. The PS4,
it looked like a VHS, yeah.
The PS4 looked clean, sleek, and it looked like something you want to see on your fucking entertainment system. And so I do think that people, but they want a reason to buy the shit. Niggas is looking at the PS5 and the Series X like, why the fuck did we buy this shit?
I didn't buy either.
I think the aesthetic aspect is a really strong argument, Atreus. I mean, I could have shaved off a solid $400 of my PC build on the case, but I wanted myself a really nice, fancy case with the RGB and all that. I splurged on my case more than pretty much any other part of the PC because I wanted. This is
what the sixth argument now. We're going, keep going down the
list.
list.
I think we're wrapping up.
I was agreeing with Atreus on his aesthetics argument.
Take us home.
Are you telling me if a company said, "Hey, we're going to promise you next gen games that across the board are better performance, better visuals, better scope in every single way, without having to buy a box to play them," don't you think people would literally be over the moon over that? Are you telling me that if people wouldn't cheer if Mario was available on PC? I think only losers fucking cry about it.
It's available on my PC.
You know why they don't have to do that? Because they make good enough games.
I'll
they make
argue
good enough games that their people will that their audience is willing to fucking buy.
Nobody's
playing
arguing
Mario
whether
yesterday.
they have to or not.
Oh
don't
my
have
fucking
to.
god!
I kind of think I agree. I do agree, but I also kind of think that's been proven not true because a lot of the reason why Pal World's success was where it was because people associated with Pokemon, and that was basically the PC version of Pokemon. So imagine what Pokemon would do if it was available on PC. You know,
but if the quality of the game was the same, then I don't think it would really matter. Like because again, people were upset about Pokemon because of the quality of the game, not because I think that actually still works in Wizards' favor. That argument.
I don't think the Pokemon
die hard.
So we were arguing quality of games. Pokemon's quality is ass, despite being exclusive to the platform.
The people are
Right,
still
I know,
willing to buy it.
right.
I can't believe you
Yeah, of
put
course
me in a
people are still willing
position
to
where
buy
I
it.
have to advocate for fucking Nintendo.
And
dude.
also
I
keep in
can't-
mind,
I can't
that is kind of funny. I'm going to clip this. But no, keep in mind though, another reason why this whole thing is the way that it was is because back in the day, you know, access to these games, like Atreus said, this was more physically oriented. You know, people wanted to have a disc in their hand. They wanted to be able, and also the ease of console gaming versus what was perceived to be the difficulty of PC gaming. That sold a lot of consoles too. That sold a lot of boxes. Now, obviously, in today's modern age, that is starting to blend quite a bit to the point where now it's blurring, and these consoles are effectively trying to become mini PCs now. You know, the whole identity of, you know, PlayStation and Xbox is kind of phasing away compared to what they were before. But that is what sold a lot of consoles. So I do agree that, yeah, sometimes the box was the sell because for a lot of people, you know, they wanted that box because it was easier to get into. It was just about the video games. It wasn't about anything else. They didn't have to worry about playing with their settings. They didn't have to worry about, you know, understanding drivers or anything like that. And they just played the games. So that was a selling point as well.
Not really more though.
I would say fuck all of this because we need to move on. I would ask for final statements, but we've had like 6 of them. So let's
you don't want to talk in circles anymore?
No. Let's talk about Sarah Bond. Now, the reason why I want to bring up Sarah Bond, yes, we do, because that was part of the three main topics of Xbox. Was I the only one that thought this was supposed to be the new CEO, or am I bugging with that? Am I going crazy with that?
I thought everybody was thinking that she was being primed to be the next one.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
So does nobody else find this really sus that she left on the exact same day that Phil Spencer
really sus? Yeah.
I feel that usually when people retire, it's announced beforehand. It's announced like 6 months or 4 months out, and they say, "Hey, this person is gonna retire. This is gonna be the plan." It's not really dropped on the lap, and it feels like this was super rushed.
Sheep, what do you got?
3 days or something before Phil
Sheep hasn't spoken. Sheep, what do you got?
I'm gonna be real with you. The last time I remember thinking about Sarah Bond was when when they announced her for the role that she is in, and that's including the numerous times that I listened to like Kyle songs where Sarah Bond is mentioned. I completely forgot who she was, and it wasn't until she announced her retirement that I remembered. Oh, I didn't know she still worked there. So I got almost nothing to say on this one either. I'm sorry, guys. I just wanted to be a little bit inject a little humor into this.
I would say that she was kind of out of the public eye for quite a bit. She would show up for like random interviews here and there, but really nothing too crazy. I think this picture is one of the interviews where she was in, but aside from that, that was it. I will say that I remember when we covered it when it happened, and I think I did it on Hypnocast too. I will say that it was highly suspicious that she joined the board of directors over at Tyson while she was working at Xbox. And I was like, why the fuck is this woman joining a chicken company?
The deli meat place?
No, whatever it is, Tyson Chicken. The fucking
Tyson Chicken. You wonder how she got a job at Tyson Chicken?
Listen, I'm not going there, Leon.
I didn't want to be the one to say it.
You
know,
already did it
but-
one time, buddy. But no, I thought that was highly sus, and I'm like, why the fuck is an Xbox president joining the board of directors at Tyson? Like, this is really weird. What's going on? So now that I look back at that, I'm thinking, like, how long has this been planned? I don't know, because like you don't just replace a CEO in a day, right? Like, obviously, if you look at the new CEO's social media, which we're going to after this, if you look at it, it's clear that all her accounts were scrubbed, and for the last month, they've been kind of prepping them, I guess you could say, for public consumption. Just like her gamer tag. If you look at her gamer tag, it's only been active for the last 3 weeks, and she's gotten a whole bunch of like random, small games that were played probably by an intern or something, and then she's like, "Yeah, I'm totally a gamer." Anyway, so this was clearly planned for a while. But I just find it sus because again, she was supposed to, at least I thought anyway, supposed to be primed to be the next CEO, take over for Phil Spencer. I think correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be bugging. I could have sworn there was an interview where Phil Spencer said exactly almost that, like paraphrasing maybe, but like Sarah Bond being primed to be the next leader of Xbox gaming after he retires. But maybe I'm going crazy.
Regardless, I want y'all to hear Trey's his conspiracy about it.
Oh, he's got a conspiracy. Oh, I got to hear this. Go ahead.
What happened? Me?
What's your conspiracy about Sarah Bond?
About why she left.
Don't tell me you think it's because they were banging and clanging. Please, God, don't tell me.
I was gonna make the same joke. So
he's smiling. No, is that really what it is?
I mean, I'm just saying, if you're the CEO,
oh my God, that's what it is.
I'm just saying, I think she was getting her back broken in. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, I was literally joking, man.
Holy shit.
It's always about sex.
Listen, why else would you? Why would you not retire? Why would you resign right after the loss? Like you was next in line. Why would you resign? You know what I'm saying? He was gonna win. It was his job because he didn't retire. He got fired, and he was gonna pass you off the job. But because he got fired, he wouldn't have it. He didn't have the opportunity to do that. And then they're gonna bring in the next bitch who ain't, she ain't play no games like that either. I think she was getting
maybe Tyson Chicken just gave her the breast offer.
No. First of all, no, shut up. You're a black woman. You're gonna go and take a high-ranking position at a chicken spot? Really? So all I'm saying is you don't leave Microsoft. It's not just Xbox she's leaving, guys. She's leaving Microsoft.
Right.
She thought she was going to get that position, and you have to ask yourself, what qualifications did Sarah Bond have to even be in her position? Somebody tell me. So either she was a DEI hire.
She did have the qualifications. This is one of the few times where I didn't think that getting the black woman was a DEI hire. She actually held prior to this, I don't remember what company it was for, but a very high up position at another tech company before she came into Microsoft.
As a gamer.
I don't think you need to be a gamer to be the president of a gaming company.
You said that I just want to reference. Let's preface this really quick because what Leon just said is going to lead down a rabbit hole of a whole nother fucking 3-hour argument. I already know what it is. So we can save that for another stream. Because I made a post on Twitter today.
Real quick, because it'll be the only thing I say on it. Reggie, I think we would all agree that Reggie Fils-Aimé was probably one of the greatest VPs or one of the greatest CEOs, wherever it was, in the history of gaming. Prior to that, he was the vice president of marketing at VH1, and before that, he was the vice president of marketing at Pizza Hut. Yet the dude single-handedly revitalized Nintendo to being the kings they once were. Yeah. I don't think you need to be a gamer to be the head of a gaming company, and Fils-Aimé is proof of that, and that's all I'll say on it.
Please let this go. Please let this go. This one.
I just want to understand.
He's not going to let it go. Okay.
I just want to understand.
I'm done. I made my point.
Because what you're saying is Reggie was a PR guy, right? So he kind of helped with the family aspect of Nintendo during those mid 2000 era Nintendo, with the Wii and
it was actually the opposite. Right? He went more into the adult side of Nintendo, but yes, go on.
So when it comes to Xbox, so we got to think about Xbox, right? Where the brand is beyond recognition, is beyond damage, and people want them to get back to games. If you go to Twitter or any other place that's talking about this CEO shakeup, they're talking about what are you going to do about the games, right? So as somebody that's not a gamer, how do you how do you think that she's going to be able to do something like that if she doesn't even understand the basics of gaming, not being a gamer?
Well, because I don't think that you need to be actively involved in, said hobby or said culture to be able to understand said culture. Like I'm not a country music fan whatsoever. I couldn't give a fuck less about country music. That being said, I used to own my own business as a booking agent and promoter, and I did a whole lot to book and promote and market country music acts, even though I don't necessarily like. Even though I'm not a fan of that particular demographic, I understand the scope of the job enough to have been able to make successful shows for country music artists.
I'll give you this. To some degree, I agree with what you're saying because it's kind of like football. We got several head coaches who have never played a down of football in their fucking lives because they're like 5-foot shrimp, and they have won Super Bowls as a head coach despite having that limitation. So there's something to be said here, but I think gaming is a unique medium in which you have to be able to relate to the gamers on some level in order to be able to be successful to some degree. This is part of the overall arching reason of what we're talking about when it comes to the woke stuff we've been talking about with the industry being infected by people who were never really gamers like that. So when you talk about Phil Spencer was brought in, and one of the things that he was celebrated for was actually being a gamer. He was a contrast to Don Matrick, who was a businessman. So why would you shade that or cover that up by hiring an assistant who has nothing to do with gaming? Sure, she's in the tech industry, but like, the fuck?
But what about the?
Huh?
No, I was gonna say, what about the irony of Phil Spencer being a real gamer and still doing a bad job though?
That was what I was gonna say.
Ooh,
that's a good argument to make.
You know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna pull a race card and call it a day.
Yo.
Yeah, can't do it. I'm sorry. Checkmate.
It's tantamount to the whole perspective of like it's a different medium. I get it, but it's tantamount to the perspective of like Chris Stuckman doing Shelby Oaks, the film. In that movie, he's like a cinephile, knows movies through and through, but his movie is terrible in comparison to Iron Lung, done by Markiplier, who's primarily a video gamer and does some stuff in production, but mostly video game. His movie did way better.
And was way better. Not like did better.
It's all, I think what it boils down to is you just have to know what you're doing. It's not that you have to be a gamer to run a gaming company. You just have to know what you're doing in order to make it successful.
Or or surround yourself with people that know exactly what the fuck they're doing, and listen to them and lead them like a good leader, and hope for the best. I mean, that's really what it is, right? Because listen, I'll just bring it up. We're on the fucking topic. So fuck this bitch then, basically. Like,
Sarah Bond is stupid. I mean, Atreus thinks that Phil Spencer did fuck this bitch. So
here's another reality: is like a lot of people are like, well, Phil Spencer, he was a gamer guy and he managed to fuck up. The reality is when Phil Spencer got in, he eventually pushed out a lot of gamer-centric dudes that were in high positions as well, like Mike Ybarra. I don't know if you notice, Mike Ybarra shits on Xbox any chance he gets. A lot of people believe that Phil Spencer pushed out Mike Ybarra or Sarah Bond. Matter of fact, people believe that he pushed out a lot of previous heads in key positions at Xbox or people that didn't understand gaming, that were never involved in gaming, they don't get it. And then those people, like I was saying earlier in the stream, they hired a bunch of people that also didn't understand gaming at all. So like, it takes more than one person to make a system work. That's the reality.
So I made a post on X about this because maybe it's just me, but I'm a little bit dumbfounded by the amount of people that genuinely are like, and in a serious way, by the way, like I'm not talking about jokingly, like show your gamer tag or something. Like there are people that are genuinely gamer cred checking this woman as if they're arguing with some like they're arguing with some like fucking fanboy on Twitter or something like that. Listen, I've had a lot of people comment on this particular post, and for some reason they take this as me thinking like, well, this is what I want if I'm trying to tell you the obvious, but it's not. Like I'm just trying to inform people of the obvious that for the last 5-10 years, it's pretty obvious that the people that have been in charge are not fucking gamers, at least not by the standard sense of what we would describe a gamer as. Like, you think these people are going home and playing their fucking Xbox and PlayStation and and PC like right after work? Of course not. Unfortunately, this is not a blanket. This is not like a blanket fix. If you were to remove these people and put in hardcore gamers, would it make the situation better? Maybe, but ultimately it doesn't guarantee that, because like I said before, Phil Spencer, he was considered to be a gamer by regular senses of the word, and for all intents and purposes, people think he did a bad job. I do start to question. Sorry, just really quick. I do start to question why they put certain people in this position, like this woman who doesn't seem to have much, at least experience in, I guess, gaming. You know, like you don't have to be a gamer to have experience in gaming. You just got to work for certain gaming companies and have that experience. She has experience in basically tech and AI, which maybe they think, since they're going down that path, and you know all these companies are going down the path of AI, perhaps putting in a CEO that has that experience will make them ahead of the curve. I really don't know what the idea was, but I think gamer cred checking this woman is pretty dumb. You're going to end up wasting your time, and you're going to end up disappointed, because it doesn't matter what she puts out there. I believe none of it. I don't believe this woman is a gamer at all, and she could have a gamer score of whatever on Xbox. Bro, she works for Xbox. You think they can't load up her profile a couple of months before she goes live? I mean, that's obviously what they were trying to do. She only has about a 3-week history, just like her social media only has about a 3-week history. And they just fucking loaded her up because they knew the questions that you were going to ask already. They already knew. Like, these people know what the narrative is going to be. The first thing that's going to happen is, well, sure, you drop your gamer tag. You're not a real gamer. You don't know how you play games. They already knew that was going to be the question.
Can I ask the...
go on then.
No, I'm going to ask the questions we should be asking. Go ahead, Will.
I was just going to say Hiroshi Yamauchi was the head of Nintendo in the 80s when they pivoted into and created the modern gaming environment that we are all arguing about now. He wasn't a gamer because gaming didn't exist for him in the way that it did after him. So I don't know that you definitely need a guy who's a hardcore gamer to be running a company. You need someone who's good at business, first of all, good at understanding what the needs are of the customer base, and studying what has worked, what has not worked in the past. If you want people creating games to show their gamer tags, then that makes more sense. But the people running the companies, I don't see that it's actually that relevant.
Well, and the flip side of that, Will, and this will be quick, that way you can get your thing, Wizard, but like the flip side of that is also take someone like Dave Filoni, who is absolutely a Star Wars fanboy and whatnot. However, him being in charge has 100% ruined Star Wars.
That's a good point.
Putting a fanboy in charge does not guarantee success.
Laura Fryer has said that the thing that Xbox has done, even while she was working for Xbox, and she has a YouTube channel if you don't already know, but she was saying how what was a consistent thing that they would do is that people would hire people under them that were retarded or just lesser than them on purpose, intentionally, so that their job would not be in contention with these people that they would hire. And you have every level.
So well for WCW.
You have every level doing this, and then you end up with a bunch of fucking retards that are running a company. That's pretty much what was going on.
So, Wizard, what are your questions, man?
So, what they did was a bit of misdirection with everybody. They knew exactly what the chuds were going to say, is show us your gamer resume, show us the games you've played, and they seem to have been prepared for that. Even if it's fake, the Access media journalists are running with it and saying, haha, look at you chuds, you were wrong, Grums was wrong, Savvy's wrong, they're wrong, got you. No. Because it all pivoted away from what the real questions are. And I'm going to read them to you now, if you'd allow me. Number one, why Asha Sharma? What qualified her for the job? Number two, why select someone with no connection to gaming, but further, the games industry? This is somebody who has zero connection to the games industry at all, at any age. So that means she doesn't understand gamers or who they are, the target markets, or the history behind it. No connection at all there. Number three, what is the plan moving forward for Xbox? Like, at all, for real? We have no idea what the plan is moving forward.
Well, she did comment on her plans. I don't know if you saw that, but she did.
But that was word salad corporate speak. It wasn't anything real.
Yeah, but it was that's still her plans. Like, at the end of the day, you got to take it at face value as of right now.
But my question still remains, because what she says doesn't mean anything other than, we're going to keep Xbox going. Okay, well, what does that mean? What does that? I'm not saying she has to. I'm saying that we are not asking what, like, explain that further. Give us
Yeah,
some
what is-
specifics.
What
on
is
that.
the actual strategy?
Got
I'm
it.
not saying she has to. I'm saying we have been deviated away from asking the real questions, and now the chuds look like dummies, which they are dummies.
Only some of them.
Why wasn't it announced oh, I'm sorry. Number 4. How long was Phil's retirement planned? Now, he made reference to a specific date, but usually a retirement is long-term planned. I mean, we look at what's happening with everything with Disney. That is something that was speculated, talked about, not even speculated by us, talked about by them, about a takeover plan. It's a big deal. And corporate, they usually roll out the big red carpet, and it's this big event when a CEO leaves, especially for a company as big as Microsoft. So how long was it planned? Number 5, why wasn't it announced?
Not to cut you off really quick, Bob Iger's retirement was talked about. I remember covering an article 2 years ago about it.
That's right. And it just happened recently, and it was this kind of a, and I'm sure they're going to get same thing with Kathleen Kennedy. It's a big thing for leadership to leave, and there's usually pomp and circumstance around it, which then leads us to 5. Why wasn't it announced some time ago, and why was it so abrupt now? Number 6. Why did Sarah Bond really quit? Wasn't she more or less the heir apparent, which is what all you guys just discussed? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Very good questions. Number 7.
Didn't get a good answer.
Why aren't journalists asking any of these questions?
Yeah.
These aren't bigoted questions. They aren't hateful questions. These are very legitimate business questions that guys, here's the chat. Listen to me very closely. You shouldn't have to ask these very simple questions. The media should be the ones explaining this 1,000%. It is not up to you to ask these Mickey Mouse basic ass level questions. What is going on here? That's my case.
Yep, absolutely. I 100% agree. I think
those are really good questions.
I think the main reason why Sarah Bond left, to be honest with you, anybody even remotely intelligent would not want to take on that role. The only reason why Phil Spencer was there is because he's already baked in. Like he already fought the uphill battle, and his legacy is what it is. Him being there, he doesn't have to earn anything anymore. He could just sit there, and that was it. And now even he's out. I think that he's been out though in decision making for years. Anybody remotely intelligent would say, "Fuck this job." Literally trying to be the head of this Xbox brand, like you are set up for failure. Only someone truly stupid would take that role on. And I'm sorry, I think that this woman that took the role, I think she's probably one of the biggest fucking idiots that they set up.
Is she though?
They're like running against Trump last election.
I think she's also relying on Matt Booty, the chief content creator, to do all the heavy lifting. And I just, I really think that this is related to Microsoft kind of having more of an AI push, because part of what she was talking about was like getting rid of slop AI. So, I think it's going that way. And I think that's why probably she was chosen, and she, is relying on Matt to do everything else.
You said the key word right there. She was chosen. And that's what I want people to remember. She was chosen. She was put there for a reason. I don't think she's stupid, to be honest with you. If I was her, and I had the opportunity to have on my resume CEO of Xbox at no cost to me other than to be a yes corporate person, which she already is, let's be real. If you're working at Xbox and you're that high up, you're pretty much just a yes man to Satya at this point. Whatever Satya says, you're going to say, yes, sir, no problem. And you're going to do it. So yeah, she gets to have CEO of Xbox on her resume. She gets to have the money from it. And whether or not the brand, does better or not, doesn't really fucking matter to her. You're going to make your bag, move on. So I don't know. I don't necessarily know if it's stupid. Is it stressful? I don't know.
Look at Phil Spencer, brother. You think it's not stressful? Look at it, bro. He legitimately looks sick. Between choosing to have a black mistress and running Xbox, I think it damn near killed him.
It's raised this conspiracy is now the lore, bro. You're like, having a black mistress. Who made that official, bro?
That's come on. Come on, bro.
That's crazy.
During Black History Month.
Is he slamming it? Maybe, bro. Maybe. Come on.
Well, he's white, so I don't think he was slamming it. But he was.
we had this conversation yesterday. I think people severely underestimate how much CEOs be busting down their assistants. Now, mainly it's the assistant. The president is crazy. Y'all get caught, y'all tripping. But I mean, like, listen, CEOs spend a lot of time away from home. They don't get to see their families a lot. And the same thing with the president. She don't get to see her family a lot. All they do is answer emails, answer phone calls, and stuff like that. You spend so much time together, you start looking at each other sideways, like, I can work with that.
I think you've been consuming a lot of black facts. You know,
who was the cat that got caught with his side chick at the Coldplay concert? I believe they were white. They were white.
They were white. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. So but this is white on black though. So
right, which makes it okay and progressive, and it'll get
count as a crash out.
A Netflix special. Yes. I want to go back to what Wizard was saying, because Wizard was bringing up something that actually does kind of eclipse the conversation in a way that, like, we can absolutely all talk about this Asha, whatever her name. I don't remember her last name. Something fucking.
Well, let's look at her social media while you're talking. But go ahead.
Well, but what Wizard was bringing up was the idea that the authenticity in journalism, not just necessarily game journalism. We got to remember this in this realm, this shakeup. This is a big tech, massive shakeup. So this eclipses game journalism. This eclipses Polygon, Kotaku. This is stuff that would be handled by Forbes and Business Insider and like what would be considered reputable or whatnot. But they are not asking these same questions, and that is cause for concern.
Yep.
What's a cause for concern is the obvious fucking intern that's running this account, because they did the engagement post thing. She literally did the meme. Top 3 greatest games ever. Why? Go, bro. Who is running this account, bro? You know she didn't post. This is so these are the only 2 posts that she's posted on this account.
I'm going down the Smash AT rabbit hole. I truly think it's either an AI. It has to be an AI assistant that they have right there. If you look at her answers, how she answers people, it looks like it was generated by ChatGPT.
She answers people like YouTube creators' Twitter account answers people. Hey guys, fellow human here. I'll DM you right now. Just look forward to your message. I'm like, bro,
but her DMs are closed.
Hello, fellow gamers.
Hey,
this is the fellow gamers moment here, by the way. And
maybe
also,
English is her second language.
Can we just call out something really quick? The obvious fake nature. Again, I'm gonna admit the bias that I'm never gonna believe an executive when they say they're a hardcore gamer. So everybody was like out there, it was like, oh, you just don't want to believe it because she's proving you wrong. Like, no, bro, I'm never gonna believe it. So I admit my bias.
Man.
However,
her top
the
3
chances. No, just the chances of a fucking Xbox CEO saying that their top 3 games is Halo, bro. Come on, man. Like, what are the chances of that, my guy? Like, really?
And don't forget Valheim, a game that's also on Game Pass.
I would actually give that one a pass because, like, Halo is at this point, it is one of the mascots of the gaming industry. I think that you'd be, whether Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, some of their execs are going to say that's in their top 3.
Look at the optics, though.
Oh, I agree. Optically, it's bad, but I'm also saying that it's not necessarily out of the question. Like,
that's like Gabe saying his top 3 favorite games is, and one of them is Half-Life.
Yeah,
I mean, but
if he said Half-Life 2, I would actually probably believe he's being authentic.
All right, what if she said Halo Reach?
I would have preferred a specific Halo over just Halo.
I would have too.
That sounds a little bit.
If she said Halo Reach, everybody would have. Well, not everybody, but enough of us would have been like based.
Yeah, actually, okay,
that sounds way more real.
Specificity wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
I'll agree there.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just think optically,
well, if she said GoldenEye N64, you'd been like,
if you,
if
you look at the details in her account, you'll see that her account was created in January of 2021.
Why is she signaturing all her tweets?
It's weird.
She's trying to appear like she's not. She doesn't have that's a corporate thing.
She's not a bot.
Trying to appear that she's not a bot and that she's not an intern. That she's actually signing shit herself. That's
was the AI trained to do that, or like what's
I feel like she's already fucked up. This is literally this whole situation. What she's trying to do right now. That in itself makes me think that she's a fool. Like Sarah Bond never played this game with like trying to appeal to hello fellow gamers. Like she didn't do that shit. Like she was more gangster about her shit. I think that Sarah Bond was definitely way more intelligent than this bitch. Like playing this game, you already know that you're a loser in this. No, going about it as though you have nothing to prove, it is a winner's move. Right there and then.
Yeah.
I mean, when you getting that much dick on the regular, you have nothing to prove.
Oh my god, bro! This shit is insanity. All right, let's go. Let's go over her statement quickly. So let's look at this. So I'm gonna read from Jeff. By the way, Jeff, where's the high guard post, my guy? They've
Tencent Jeff.
They've stopped.
It's Tencent Jeff, everybody.
It's amazing. Yeah. This guy was posting about high guard every day, multiple times a day.
It was crazy.
And now it's gone. You know,
it's Tencent's high guard hypno. It's not just high guard.
Clearly. Anyway, so this is her statement. Today I begin my role as CEO of Microsoft Gaming. I feel two things at once: humility and urgency. Humility because the team has built something extraordinary over decades. Urgency because gaming is in a period of rapid change, and we need to move with clarity and conviction. She also said before, I'm gonna specify a little bit. She said before in another interview, I think with Variety, if I'm not mistaken, that she was like, hey, AI is here to stay. AI is going to be part of gaming. And she's actually openly saying this at a time where journalists are trying to cancel studios for siding with
using
AI. So I just find it an interesting strategy because like it kind of puts them between a rock and a hard place. You know, journalists have no problem attacking the white
Sarah
guy.
Bond.
You know, they never attacked Sarah Bond, even though she agreed with a lot of things Phil Spencer said and did. You know, she never got attacked by the journals. Phil Spencer would get a lot of shit from the journals. So I'm just curious what this kind of puts him in between a rock and a hard place. But anyway, so urgency because gaming's in a rapid change. I'm stepping into this blah, 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 generation of artists, all that good stuff. And stories are made by humans, basically. One thing I want to focus on is, where is it at? This one. I know it's the second one, but the first one's really going to be controlled by Mr. Matt Booty. Anyway. Second, the return of Xbox. So when she said the return of Xbox, I was actually ready like for something strong, like a strong statement, because I thought she was going to go down the rabbit hole of like we're gonna focus on building a brand again, like building back the Xbox brand and
build back better.
Either reverse some of the decisions that were made that destroyed the brand in the first place. But I think you can't do that now at this point because it's just too far gone. But I thought she was gonna do that, but realistically, if you read what she says, she's gonna just keep doing the same shit. We will recommit to our core Xbox fans and players, those who have invested with us for 25 years, and to developers who build the expansive universes and experiences. We will celebrate our roots with renewed commitment to Xbox, starting with console, which has shaped who we are. It connects us to the players and fans who invest in Xbox and to the developers. Gaming now live across devices, not within the limits of any single piece of hardware. So you say you're going to focus on console, but then you're going to focus on gaming that's not specific to any single piece of hardware. So you're not going to focus on the Xbox, bro. I don't want to bring up the exclusivity thing again, please, for the love of God. But I'm just saying, like you made it. So I was like, all right. So are you going to go?
You can't have this conversation without the exclusivity aspect. If you look at the idea that Microsoft is the over-encompassing thing, and Xbox is on Microsoft, which does include
right.
But she replied to somebody that said, like, we need to make games exclusive. And she said, I hear you.
The AI said that. Like, I saw, it's so funny how, bro, every time a new executive comes into play, you got these weird Twitter accounts. They want a console war so bad. And they'll like quote tweet the person and be like, so are you going to make gaming exclusive again? We got to make sure there are games only on this play. It happens all the time, bro.
Yeah, for it again award, you know,
it's crazy. For it. Anyway, so my point is, this is kind of like, this is countering each other. Like you're going to focus on console, but then you're going to make games that are across all devices, not within the limits of any single piece of hardware. They're going to continue to expand across PC, mobile, and cloud. And Xbox should feel seamless, instant, and worthy of communities that we serve. I just really think that Xbox wanted to be Steam, and Steam beat them to the punch. That's really what I think it is.
Xbox's problem is that they're responding to Steam. Like they didn't try to be the leader of that. Steam had a complete cohesive way of literally penetrating the PC market, and they're executing their plan. They did it very intelligently, whereas Microsoft is one big sloppy, disgusting mess of bullshit that can't get their shit together, and Steam is just like, bitch, we gon' wax that ass straight up. Like that's
Right.
literally what Steam and Microsoft is now trying to counter what they let grow and fester in their position. Like, nah, son, we gotta change. We gotta compete. This is the competition now.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think that it is all about trying to, because I almost feel as if Steam knew this was happening, which is why they're doing the whole Steam console and stuff like that. They're just kind of like beating them to the punch. But in any case, this was kind of contradictory. And then, of course, the third was Future of Play. This was, where was it? We will invent new business models and new ways to play by leaning into what we already have. Iconic teams, characters, and worlds that people love. But we will not treat those worlds as static IP to milk and monetize. We will build a shared platform and tools that empower developers and players to create and share their own stories. As monetization and AI evolve and influence this future, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. Games are and always will be art crafted by humans and created with the most innovative technology provided by us. So, two things. The irony of Microsoft, one of the leaders in AI right now, claiming AI slop is just hilarious. It almost makes me feel like this was an attempt to try to connect with the, with the little people.
The fellow gamers thing. That's what that is.
Exactly. Also, hello, fellow gaming media. This is them trying to like,
hey,
virtue
we don't
signal.
like AI slop either.
Right.
We're
But
your friends,
you
even
have to-
though we work for Microsoft, and that's all we're worried about right now.
You have to read the words, though. You have to read in between the lines and understand that they're not. A lot of people took this as them saying they're not doing AI. I've even seen some journalists say that. That's not fucking true at all. They're absolutely going to do AI. They're just going to do AI to the point where they're hoping you're not going to notice it's AI. That's all.
Yeah.
So
To be fair, that should be the goal from AI to begin with. So like,
It should
good.
be.
Like,
No, it should be.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. And the people who are like, oh, they said they're not going to do AI slap. Nah, bro. They're absolutely going to do AI. They're investing so much money
It'll
in
be
this.
different AI.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like what me and you have access to. Anyway, and also too, the whole thing about like IPs to milk and monetize, bro. Come on. Like seriously.
real quick,
Go ahead.
Cass and Trace might have to bounce.
Oh, they gotta bounce. I'm sorry, I was
Yeah.
into it. All right, go ahead.
No worries,
Cass,
bro.
you gotta go.
Yeah, just real quick, Cold Classic Cage, YouTube, Kick, Rumble, Twitter. I'm gonna keep you guys. I do have to make a video on this. It probably might go
Yeah.
up either in the morning or Monday morning, whichever. But thanks for having me, y'all. I don't want to take away from the conversation. Much love to the chat. It was a great conversation. I love the arguments.
Today, girly.
It was definitely a fun time, even with the throwing F-bombs and shit. You already know what it is. But much love, guys. Peace.
Shout
What's
out.
up, Cass?
Thanks,
Take care.
Cassie. Atreus, you gotta head up.
Yeah, man, I gotta get up out of here, man. Y'all, I was at work for 12 hours today, and I got a headache now, yelling at y'all niggas all damn day, all damn night. So yeah, though, I'm gonna head out though, but see y'all on New Black Street tomorrow, and I'll put up videos again at some point.
Hell yeah. Thanks for hanging out, bro. Appreciate you.
All right, no problem. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night.
Later.
Peace.
Bye.
So yeah, I don't really believe them when they say they're we're not gonna milk and monetize these franchises. Like, come on, bro. Like, why are we doing this? Every time there's a new executive that comes in, they always try to say they're not gonna do what the previous one does, and then they fucking do it anyway. It's like I'm really sick of it. Like we know the chances of all of this being true is very slim, or at the very least, this was a carefully crafted PR statement that is made to be extremely vague, like Wizard says. For a reason, so that they can't be tied to any one specific statement. And the moment they start pulling their bullshit again, and people are like, wait, we thought you said this, you can be like, well, no, actually, we said this. And that's just how this shit goes.
That's indicative of almost every almost every organization that changes hands as far as leadership goes. It's a structure that's already been built. So to redo anything or renew anything, it would be a lot of time, a lot of resources, and a lot of red tape to go through. So in order for some actual change to happen, you're basically building a whole brand new ass company at that point.
Right. Well, that's why I said, on Twitter, I was like, listen, trying to gamer cred check this woman ain't gonna do shit. Okay, like you're not gonna prove a fucking thing that hasn't been proven by other executives that are either still in power right now. I'm looking at you, Eve, at Ubisoft. It should be fucking gone 10 years ago. You're not going to prove anything different. What you should do is just hold these people accountable to their promises. She's making these promises. They are vague, but she's making some promises. I would hope that at some point she gets a little more specific. But she has put out these statements, and now you just got to hold them and see what she does. But I think people that are looking towards her as to being a savior of Xbox, and really those people are really only like some of the shills online and some of the journos. It's not. It's going to be in the same situation.
I don't think she's gonna save Xbox. I don't think I'm more curious about what Matt is thinking about doing than what she's gonna do. She's not gonna. Yeah, booty, the booty.
Matt Booty.
Everybody likes
You
booty.
can't call this man Matt. His name is Booty. You got to call him Booty.
His name is Butt.
His name is
No,
Cake.
Booty's funny.
He has cake. He has cake.
Wizard, you gonna say something, Wizard, or no?
Yeah, I'm disappointed Cassie's not here for what I'm about to say. I think she's brought in to usher in the death knell for the consoles.
Right.
I think this is going to be the I think this is twofold. Or threefold. They bring her in. She's a face. She can't clearly it's all AI written or PR word salad. Like it doesn't what she says doesn't matter. There's going to be minor engagements with the chat. They're going to keep doing this wax on, wax off motion of like getting the chuds to react, and then we'll be like, haha, we got you, and then the journalists run with it. Like they've played it out. The strategy works. It's a genius strategy. Much power to them. But that's number one. So she's a face that she can't be hurt. The second thing is the consoles don't work really anymore, like as far as the business model goes. So they're going to use her as the face to take the brunt of any kind of upset that Xbox is going to have left. But third and most importantly, this is gearing up for AI takeover in Xbox, and also I think they're going to sell off either Bethesda or Activision. There's no way that they can sustain having both of those
really
in the state that they're in. I think that's coming. It's not going to be right away. It's they're going to sell off Activision, probably Activision, because it's just worth too much money, and Xbox is trying to increase. Microsoft is trying to increase its profit margins on Xbox, which is something that they are having trouble doing.
So does Blizzard go with them then, Wizard? Does Blizzard go with Activision, or like
I think they're going to.
Are they separate?
It might be. Maybe it's Blizzard that goes away, or maybe it's Activision that stays. I don't know which it is, but I think they're going to cut off. They're going to trim some of their acquisitions under Phil Spencer. I think Phil and Sarah were cut, and this is all PR, political PR. Make them go away. Bring in new people. Carve up what's left of Xbox, make the game. We might be looking at Game Pass going away if it's not profitable. They say it's profitable, maybe it's not. But Microsoft is extreme. Microsoft is done with gaming, and also this is. I don't mean to take up everybody's time. I just did all the research on this.
No, you're good.
I'm super in the. I'm autistically locked in on this right now because I just did all the research on it. Gaming's fucked. The crash is here. Like the crash is happening right now. I don't know if you guys saw my last video, but I did talk about it. The top basically 10 corporations are buying up everything. And the market, the industry, the video game industry itself is actually squeezing too tight. Here's what's happening. They've realized that live service doesn't have a very high success rate. Of the 19 live service games that dropped last year, 15 of them died within the year they dropped. 15
and that's
out
if
of
they
19
even came out.
That's right. So that's 15 of 19 were either cut or died. That's big. That's a big no-no. And here's why it's a big no-no. Because all of these corporations have been telling their shareholders live service is the future for the last 10 years. Right? Or maybe, all right, maybe a little, 10 years. Son of a bitch. Fortnite was 2017. So yeah, about the last decade, they've been telling their shareholders live service is the way. So that's number one. Live service is not the way. Secondly, they cannot afford, because they've bloated themselves to death, they can't afford to make new games anymore. Everything's a remake. Everything's a prequel. But nothing is a sequel. Notice that nothing. We're not getting really true sequels. We're getting experimental side sequels. We're not getting anything. And also, the cost to make these games is $200-300 million now, and they can't lower those budgets because they've set the precedent where everything needs to cost that much. So we're seeing contraction. everything is being bought up to the top, and then at the bottom you have the indie. It's like a giant hourglass, right? That's the industry. And what's going to happen is eventually things will start to crash when no one's buying what AAA is making anymore, which is why Cassie is kind of correct on this. Yeah. That's why they're moving to the middle. Everybody's moving to the middle because they can't sell games anymore on their platforms. They can't legitimize anything to be sold on their own platforms, which is why everything goes to PC. And that's and you know what? And if nobody's buying those games, it's going to crash. And she's the fall girl for it.
Yeah, and if you think about it, in 2022, consoles were 20% of Xbox revenue. I haven't been able to find exactly what the percentage is for consoles now, but everything I have found said it's less and less and less.
So I don't know about Xbox specifically, Sevi, but I looked up what the numbers were for console sales compared to PC sales in 2024. And I looked this up in 2025, so I don't know if the 2025 numbers available.
Yeah,
now,
I was looking.
Console sales
looking
in general, which would include Sony, Microsoft, I assume Nintendo as well, were down. I think it was like 14.9% or like 12 point, some ridiculous number. Like whether it was 12% or 14 is irrelevant. That's huge. So Xbox will be factored into that. But I want to push back on one thing Wizard said, because much like yourself with Cassie earlier, I agree with 99% of it. But Game Pass isn't going anywhere. That's where I'll push back. And the reason is actually because of something you laid out at the end, how everything's moving to PC. Game Pass being what it is Xbox's way to get people to invest in PC, which would do well for their hardware numbers in the long run. So I don't think Game Pass, even if Game Pass isn't making money, they can afford Game Pass to be a loss leader for what they're getting with everything else Microsoft-wise when it comes to hardware and software for PC outside of gaming.
I think it might surprise us, man. I think it might surprise us. I don't think you're wrong, but I could surprise
I want to support that really quick. The reason why I think they're not going to get rid of Game Pass, ironically, is because the brand that has no identity right now, which is Xbox, I think their brand identity is Game Pass. I think that right now, for the last few years, their entire identity has been Game Pass. Everybody knows Xbox for Game Pass. And if you want to talk about something being a brand identity, I think Game Pass is that. Like PS Plus is just it's so ironic because
add-on. Yeah,
it's an add-on. And the funny thing is PS Plus has more subscribers than Game Pass does. But it's like Game Pass is the only identity I think that's left for Xbox. So if they got rid of that,
their console.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
I can see it changing up.
Well, I just want to address a comment real quick because it's super retarded. It says home PCs are being phased out. The PC market just in 2025 alone grew by 9.4% just in 2025. Home PCs are not being phased out. You're retarded.
Wait, why would home PCs be phased out?
Hold on. Have you heard what Bezos has said about PCs?
Yes.
Have you heard, Leon?
He has
seriously,
yes
or
the
no?
same.
No, I was waiting for you to go on.
Okay.
I thought it was a rhetorical question. My bad.
Oh no! A genuine question because it's fucking terrifying. Bezos basically gave us the end game of the AI race. The end of the AI race is going to be all of your computing is done on their servers. You're basically going to be buying a device that is no better than an $800 laptop at Costco now. So yeah, home PCs, but you're not going to be getting powerful graphics cards or powerful RAM or powerful processors. You're going to be buying streaming machines, and everything you do is on their servers now, which is exactly what they fucking want.
Yep.
Which is I can't. When he said it, your head can only explode after hearing Bezos explain this.
It's true. You know it's true because Xbox is going to be trying to do that with their Game Pass, where they're going to be locking performance behind higher and higher tiers. So they're basically going to be saying, if you want to play in 1080p 60 frames, whatever, you got to be mid tier or whatever. If you want the ability to play 4K. You got to be, ultimate. Like they're going to be doing that. Everybody's going to be doing that because that's what they want. They want to be able to control your games so that you can't own them, which we already know that's what they want to do. And then after that, they want to be able to control your hardware. They don't want you to be able to have any means to have your own shit unless you can afford, obnoxious builds. I think the middleman is going to be gone, and it's going to be all low tier rigs, and then the highest of the highest tier rigs are going to be so pricey that most people are going to be priced out of it completely, and that's the plan. You know,
what's really fucking scary is the way that they framed this is that they're going after businesses first. So now all of the computers that are being sold to businesses are literally, chat already called it terminals. You're buying a terminal to log in,
correct,
to do your computing on Amazon servers or Microsoft
and actually,
servers.
see, that I can believe, because back when I worked for AT&T, and this was 12 years ago, they were doing that. Like AT&T just they ran like specifically off of Amazon servers. This was 12 years ago. So yeah, I can believe that absolutely.
And Cassie's in the chat right now. And the first part of getting everyone on their servers end game is identity verification and getting rid of competitors. 1000% totally agree. Totally agree. That's why I don't think we're going to see an AI crash, and I also think that's why there's this big, crazy ass push.
Anyone that believes an AI crash is absolutely retarded. First of all, let's say, because they're saying, oh, AI is going bankrupt, this, that, and the other. They don't understand that. Yeah, so it gets the same sort of bailout that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac did, or the auto industry did, because
no worse.
America. Well, I'm not saying the same money wise. Obviously, it would be a whole lot more. But my point is that. Because it might be going quote unquote bankrupt, like in terms of just the on paper financials, there is no way that America or any other first world country that is in competition with all these other first world countries or third world countries that are cosplaying as first world countries like China that are all investing in AI is going to let that go bankrupt and let the other their competitors that are on the global scale get ahead of them in the competition. So the AI bailouts will absolutely be a thing. AI is not going anywhere. Anyone that believes it's fucking
it's a gold rush. It's a gold rush for a reason. They all realize the potential, and the potential is not just money. We'll just kind of leave it at that. But
I don't think it's going to be a bailout. I don't. It's my fear. Here's my actual fears. A bailout would actually be merciful if the U.S. government was okay. So right now we're looking at OpenAI is keep saying that they're losing. They're going bankrupt. They're running out of money. If OpenAI goes belly up, which is a very big competitor here. My fear is that it's not the U.S. government, although that's terrifying, right? But you know what's worse? Saudi Arabia.
And they're probably looking at it.
Walking in with an even bigger check. That's scary.
Makes you wonder why they bought EA. Or
exactly that.
EA, I should say.
That's why it's not as anyone who's paying attention. Like they are Saudi. The Saudis have been going in on tourism, on entertainment, on live events, on technology. Just look up Saudi Arabia tourism 2030. They are, and to be fair, it is smart for them to do this. They can't rely on oil reserves for the rest of their lives. They need to find something else, but that doesn't mean it's good for us.
I think it's going to be really interesting the next couple of years. That's all I'm just going to say. We got to catch up on supers and shit, man, because we got to play Yap Yap, bro. Come on, we're running out of time here.
Motherfucker, we didn't get any goddamn Resident Evil. It's all my fault for arguing with Cassie.
So we just proved Butter Biscuit right. That's it. He's a prophet. Anyway, no, it's called letting good conversation flow. That's what it's called.
Good is subjective.
And letting arguments still, regardless. Wizard, stop pretending like you didn't have fun, okay? The stream started off with you being really gay. Really fucking gay. And then you ended still gay, but at least with some good takes, something. All right, let's see what we got. I mean, we got quite a bit of
before you get to the super chats,
he's gonna gout of here.
Go.
Yeah, he's gonna leave.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go watch this episode of Breaking Bad. I'm like on the last 5.
Bro, you're gonna masturbate and go to sleep. Be honest with these motherfuckers.
Wait, have you never seen Breaking Bad?
You're just now watching Breaking Bad.
Is this the first time you've ever seen it?
Can we stop the disrespect? I'm just rewatching.
I think it's disrespectful that you're not.
I'm not trying to disrespect. I was genuinely asking because I was going to say you're in for a treat.
I'm rewatching it. I haven't watched it since.
He's never watched it.
Pre-COVID.
I've seen it through from start to finish like 3 times now. Once for myself, once for my wife, and once for my dad.
How does it end if you watched it?
Why would
you want me to actually tell you like what happens in Felina?
No, he's testing Kata.
Oh, he's testing Kata on me, right?
I'm not going to say
he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
All I'm going to say is Baby Blue. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I'm just rewatching it.
You mean the theme song for the show that they started with and they ended with? Yeah, that's really easy. Yeah.
All right, yeah, whatever y'all say. But yeah, I'm gonna watch this episode and then I'll see y'all in a little bit.
The last 5 episodes are fucking fire. Particularly the last 3.
And El Camino was great as well, by the way. El Camino was fucking fantastic.
It was.
I liked El Camino a lot more than people liked it as well. Yeah. I did.
All right, let's catch up on supers.
See you on a
Jesus.
little bit.
Peace out, Kata. See you in a few. Okay, so Jesus, where the fuck are we? Let me get my calculators out here. This battle has been just a feltoning and a half. I've been trying to keep track of the supers, and I mean Peter Griffin stands no fucking chance at this point. Where are we at? We got right here. St. Hugo with a 5. Once upon a time, there was a Hypno PNG with a fake beard. Legend has it was still the first reveal of Hypnodamus.
I don't know. Does anybody remember the Hypno PNG with the Rastafarian hat and the dreads?
Yes, that was amazing. I missed that one.
Back in the day, baby.
I think I still have it.
Oh,
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I want to see it.
I keep all my animations in a folder. So
that was back when Hypno was arguing with people.
Yeah, exactly. When I actually gave people the time of day. Now I just like leave me the fuck alone, bro. You guys are so disingenuous.
Yeah, basically.
Butter Biscuit at 2 says, don't forget the jam. Delay. LOL. Thank you, Butter Biscuit. Appreciate that. Kang with a 499. Did you know the tiger is the actual king of the jungle?
Yes. Lions don't live in the
Thank you, Kang. Appreciate that. The War Visit with a 199. Hashtag force cream pie. Exactly.
All for it.
Blue Octopus with a 2 says Mr. Blue does that all on his own. I am cozy game.
Gross.
There you go. King Demon Wing 13 months between Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles. I only have one thing to say. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. That might be a good
All
fight.
right.
Power Rangers versus Ninja Turtles. That'd be a good fight.
That would be.
Except that it's 5-on-4. Guess
I mean,
if you include Splinter, then
you're voting for the group, not necessarily like the
guess if you include Splinter or Casey Jones.
Yeah, yeah, Casey Jones. So yeah, Splinter or Casey Jones in there. We good.
Yeah.
There you go.
Turtles still win.
Mervault with it too. I swear a PlayStation replacement is a chick too. They're all being replaced by women. All these CEOs of these corporations are women. And they're women chosen by men. That's just what it is.
I want to be clear if we ever do get to that one. I love Turtles since I was born, but Power Rangers would beat them because they have way too much overpowered shit.
8-Bit Eric made a great. I literally laughed out loud when I saw his post. And he's like, "When's Sony gonna come?" It was like Nintendo gave us a basic ass white woman, and Microsoft came in with an Indian broad. And says, Sony, your movie, you're gonna give us a big booty Latina. I was like, "Oh, I want it to happen. I do." Like, this is how you bring back the console wars, baby.
Makes sense. Hayden Wayne with a 20. Spencer wasn't great, but at least he was a dude that was there from the beginning of Xbox. The problem with the industry is they keep hiring people that don't know gaming at all. We will miss Spencer sooner than we think.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
I don't.
There have been too many. There have been far too many fuck ups within the business or within the timeline of Xbox under Philly Boy. I don't think so.
I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one.
Feeling about this.
Hayden Wade with a 10 says, hell, Xbox has been failing so hard. People barely even talk about the failures happening with Sony, and there are a lot of them.
There are plenty of them.
I mean, I talk about the failures of Sony.
They're
all
probably
the time.
going to have a security breach in about 3 days.
It really just comes down to who has more dubs than L's, and I hate saying this. I mean, Sony does have more dubs. Not many, but they do.
I'd say they actually have quite a lot more.
In the last half decade, Sony has that many more dubs.
Oh no, decade, not half decade. Sorry.
Okay, fair enough.
Panther with a 2. 360 had the red ring of death.
Yeah, PlayStation
remember those
had a
days?
similar thing.
PlayStation had the amber light of death, but it wasn't as common as the red ring.
Death.
That was when I was working in Blockbuster. People used to bring in their red ring of death consoles and sell them to us for fuck all, and we could fix them by putting a towel around them and sell them ourselves.
It was not as prominent though with the PlayStation as far as like the console trying to brick itself. But the overarching issue with Xbox versus PlayStation, especially during the 360 PS3 era, was that the PS3 was just like it was just the shit. Like everybody wanted a fucking PlayStation. Everybody wanted Xbox, but PlayStation had like so many bangers on top of
PlayStation had so many games.
That
by the end of
on-launch,
generation.
PS3 was weak as fuck. It took about a year. However, you guys want to know what from that generation didn't have any of those like potential death issues? The Wii.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, but what did the Wii have aside from Resident Evil?
We only had
shovelware for grandmas, baby.
Stop touching your Wii.
We didn't have much of
Shovelware.
anything.
No, actually, I will not. I will touch my Wii harder.
Damn.
Whoa.
That,
Whoa.
that
Okay.
Punish that
that's
Wii.
extreme. That's extreme.
That was,
Hayden Wayne with a
that
10.
was-
Xbox and PlayStation both lost their identities. Xbox was the go-to for shooters. Sony was the go-to for single player. Now everyone is just going for live service money, and that is killing them.
Kind of hard to argue with that.
I would say that's fairly true. I mean, the live service chase is insane. I mean, it is. I would love to be a fly on the wall and hear the conversations of these executives talking about the next live service game after, like Wizard said, all the failures prior to them.
Trey's would like to be on the fly on the
so-
wall as well, but he's wants to hear Phil Spencer banging out that bar's back. Like,
pretty much.
So the current king of live service is still Fortnite at this point. But here's my problem with the whole idea of live services, stuff like that, is when you have like that subscription system, you get bullshit. A lot of bullshit. Like, for example, I had it for a while. The crew pack is what they call it. And they gave me Bruno Mars as a character. I didn't want Bruno Mars. They gave me what's that chick's name? Sabrina Carpenter. Didn't want her. They gave me a bunch of other bullshit characters that don't mean much a dick at all. I don't even think they mean anything to Fortnite. They just create shit and just throw it in there. And they're just like, here you go, free content. And it's like, nobody wants any of this. So ultimately, what you're really doing is just taking people's money. So I cancel my shit.
Sheep, do you know? So I used to be an iPhone guy back in the day. We're talking like back in the iPhone 4S day or whatever, like that long ago. I literally switched off of iPhone to Android just because they put U2 on my fucking phone without my permission and didn't give me an option to delete it.
Did
I said,
they?
"Fuck you." Oh, dude, yeah, it was a huge deal
You
back
don't
in like
remember that?
2014 or whatever. Like they forcibly put the new U2 album on your iPhone. You couldn't get rid of it. You couldn't and there was no option to decline it, anything like that. I literally just said, "Nope, it's Android time." I've never looked back. Fuck U2. U2 sucks.
See, now
That's crazy.
doing a lot of like device repair at this point in time in my life. I say a lot like it hasn't only been like, a month and a half. But either way, I can honestly say that like, the benefits to having an Apple device is like security. Like they have hands down the best security when it comes to like, mobile.
They also have a
devices
good
and stuff.
UI. I'll admit, like they do have.
They
have a good UI.
Very simple UI. The problem with that is if you forget your password, they're not helping you. You're screwed. Every single device you have linked to that, you're locked out. And that's just money. You're gonna have to restart all your shit. And that's what makes Samsung so much better.
Makes sense.
Android.
And Juno with a 5. Come on, Homer. Pretend this is baseball and hit us a homer. God damn, bro. This is not looking good,
Nice
boys.
rhyming.
Don with a 10.
Go on.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I'm just surprised you say it's not looking good. It kind of implies that you were for Peter Griffin.
No, it just implies that he's getting felted. That's all.
Oh, right. Yeah.
This is
That's
not
fine.
looking good. Don with a 10. I love hearing y'all shout out Yellow Flash or Wizard on his stream. Shout out Fratata. It's like seeing Batman with Ninja Turtles. I hope y'all continue to be a close community. Peter for comedy. All right, there you go. You got a little vote for Peter. There you go.
Everyone should support each other because it's a fucking jungle out there.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't happen often, so we try to make a point to do it.
What happened?
Is it pronounced Dundada or Dondada? Because
I think
Dundada. Okay, I'm not sure. I just like Dundada. That sounds better. I've heard it enough times growing up.
Sounds like how Tom DeLonge would sing a lyric in a Blink song.
Right.
Perhaps.
I just be.
We got Kang with a 189. Save the RAM. Don't build another micro slot box. Fair enough. Zevin Cross with a 10. Great nerd discussion. I love the passion. Thank you, Zevin Cross. Appreciate that, man. Old man Cat with a 2. Gonna call it Leon has become Smash on the panel. Ooh.
I think actually Leon was Smash before Smash arrived, and now that Smash is gone again, he's back to being Smash.
He's ascended.
Leon
Smash was the Leon.
Leon is a devil's advocate to a fault. It's kind of. It's like
I actually,
he's like,
actually
now wait a
respect the
minute.
fuck
I
out of
don't think like, God damn it, Leon.
I can't even deny it. He is right. Like, I do like playing devil's advocate. It's fun.
I actually like that.
It
I
forces
always
people
argue
to
with
test
myself.
their own logic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I do that to myself pretty much all the time. If I have an opinion, I'll say, okay, well, what if I was going to argue with myself, and then I'll play out the argument and see how strongly I really feel.
Play with yourself.
Play out the argument.
Makes sense.
But yes,
Plays with
Kang,
himself.
Kang with a 2. It's banana crazy in here. Yes, it is. Panther with a 2. Homer, dope. Damn, bro. This is bad. Butter Biscuit with a 5. Still not getting my money's worth when you argue semantics. I'm kidding. LOL. Sure. You are, sure. Kang with a 489. More Saturday Night Fighters. Someone grab the baby oil, the kiddie pool, Leon's wig, the Scooby-Doo, the foot, and the cowboy hat, and the Wiz's whip. Bro, you're
all right.
Insane, bro.
What the fuck?
I can forgive Elijah. I can forgive being called a tranny, being called a colorless Twizzler. But you try you like just insinuate that this dude ain't real. Fuck you.
Rake and I with a 10. Problem with PCs, they're getting more and more overpriced, so much so that they're starting to rent out PCs. To be fair, apparently they're leasing PlayStations now, so like, you know, it's
anybody else like just mind blown by Mexican Razor Fist as the picture? Like,
you didn't know who Rake and I is?
Yeah, Rake and I's been around for a bit.
He's a legend, man.
I just guess I've never taken a look at the photo itself.
I think it's a new photo. This is a new photo, I think.
It's a photo. He's a Rumble dude.
So much so they're starting to rent out PCs, and that's anti-consumer because they forever want you on subscription just to own a PC. Yeah, that's pretty much what we were talking about with Wizard. You know, it's the idea of like taking power away from you and then selling you the power through a subscription or something along those lines. It's their whole plan. Like, why would they let you own something when they could just keep all the cards and charge you for it?
My ultimate play, and it'll probably hurt me in the long run, me and my legacy in the long run, is I just end up buying a console and just buying, like, you know, classic original games. I'll just pass this shit right here down to my kids, and like that's what they're going to be playing video games on, because I'm not about to sit here and subscribe to my entertainment. That makes no fucking sense to me.
Makes sense to me.
That being said, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe for entertainment.
Ron DFK with a 2. Can a nerd fight get good? I'll be a parent. Homer. Damn. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
It'll be.
Secret Final Boss with a 2. I actually wanted to switch to in an Xbox Series X.
Thank you.
Actually, I have both.
Fair.
I have a Series and a PS5.
I'm not going to ask you why, because that's going to bring up the whole conversation.
I will not get again. Switch
I'm done.
Yes. Once there's a new Zelda game, and if it's not another Breath of the Wild style Zelda game, but if that's the route they're gonna go, fuck it. No Switch 2 for me.
Yeah, this is why I'm aware that I might have a weak spot.
You guys have hats.
Yeah, look at me. I'm the Smash JT now.
And then you guys put your hats on.
Bed Gamer would have anger leads to hate, and hate leads to the dark side. What's up, Sheep?
Oh no, I was about to say that's one of the things. One of the reasons why Nintendo's in such a shit spot right now, and I'm pretty sure Wizard knows these numbers as well. But the idea, the Switch over the holidays sold worse. The Switch and the Switch 2 sold worse over the holidays than the Switch by itself last year, or the year prior.
Right.
But the overarching problem with the Switch 2 is that there's no exclusive game on it that's worth its time, right? Like, all you have right now is Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza and Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. But otherwise, like, nobody's buying that, by the way. No. It should be on both consoles, but nobody's buying it. And like, that's,
you know why that. Finish what you're saying, Sheep. I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you're good. I was about to say like, that's Nintendo shooting themselves in the foot. In that, like, you know, it is, you know, a very strong year for the Switch 2 in its first, like, its release year. But the problem is that you have nothing to incentivize people to go buy the Switch 2. You play through World and you're like, okay, that's fine. Geeks and Gamers went back to playing Mario Kart 8, if I remember correctly.
No, we're still playing Mario Kart World. We only played Mario Kart 8 one time because people super chatted for it. But we're still playing Mario Kart World. So what we do is we rotate games.
It's not a good look either. If people.
So what we do is we rotate games. So we're in a schedule in terms of what games we play. And somebody super chatted for us to play Mario Kart 8 instead of World for like one time.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense. Either way, Mario Kart World, you know, you have your fun and that's it. But nobody's going back to play Bonanza again.
No, there's no killer app.
That's what you need.
Cross World was the better racing game anyway.
You know what's
nobody's
nuts?
going to play Metroid 4 again. Nobody's going to play, like, you know, Age of Imprisonment again. I don't even know I don't know anybody that bought the game.
Oh,
That
I
should tell you.
didn't-
And I'm a fucking Zelda fan. I should buy it on
Dude,
principle.
like
I wanna
3 or
play it.
4 weeks ago on
Dude,
stream, me and Sheep or me and Wizard were talking about how like we were wondering what the sales numbers were going to be like for Age of Imprisonment when it came out, and someone in the chat was like, "Dudes, it came
It's
out
already
in
out."
November," and we were like,
That's
"What?"
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, but you know,
Pretty
like,
sad.
what's insane though is if you look at Nintendo, Nintendo thought they were dropping bangers. Like Nintendo had, like when you look at the lineup of what did drop, they thought they were dropping the creme de la creme of Nintendo games, and they thought they had this lineup of games dropping: Pokemon Legends EA, Kirby Air Riders, Metroid 4, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Like they had, I think
Who
it's like
gives a fuck
6
about
games.
Kirby?
Yeah, but it was a Kirby
People
game,
do.
and there are a lot
Girls
of
do.
Kirby fans out there. So like,
Yeah, but
it's really
Not
it's
as many
something
as there
worth
are Zelda
studying.
fans or proper Mario fans.
I think it's pricing. It's always coming down to pricing. You price people out, you price normies out. The fact that it was still dual console and it's a value proposition. It's
shrinkflation.
It's shrinkflation. It's a value proposition. There's just not enough value there for the prices that they're demanding people pay. And like, yeah, they're getting the Nintendo people, but now maximize that problem over to Xbox and PlayStation. And that's why
Right.
their
Well,
sales are fucking
I'm
shit,
glad
too.
to hear you say not that sounds argumentative the way that I phrased it. That was unintentional, but like I don't know a better way to phrase it. But I'm glad to hear you say that it is a value proposition, because that's been my argument the entire time, is that it is a value proposition. But the problem with value propositions are they're inherently subjective, and so like to me, I can through my own subjective valuing of the Switch and whatnot, or through my thoughts on Nintendo, how much I love Nintendo. I am such a Zelda fan. I can find value in a Switch 2 if the Zelda game is a good Zelda game.
Me too.
You know what's fascinating? That is the argument. Like that's the baseline. So like here, we just named all these games, right? But the like Nintendo fans will look at that and be like, "There's no games," which actually translates to there's no Mario game or there's no
Zelda game or Smash Bros.
Yeah.
And that's
Exactly.
insane to me. I'm learning something new every day, you know?
No Pokemon either.
There are no new
True
games.
Pokemon.
There's no mainline
No true
Pokemon.
Mario.
There's no
No true
mainline
Zelda.
Zelda. There's no mainline Mario. So that's no
Nope.
games. I can't believe it.
It was a
Believe it.
Still
That's
sold as
Nintendo.
much as it did.
now.
Hayden Wayne with a 50. The games are the value to the company too. They need to make money and have incentive to make the best game, not the same slop everyone else is putting out. You can make the argument of first party versus third party or not buying up companies. Hayden Wayne, thank you for the 50, my man. I appreciate that. I agree with the first statement, especially. The games are extremely valuable to the company. It becomes their identity. Hence Halo and Xbox.
Well, hence the reason why, in my opinion, the mascot era of gaming is the strongest era. When you had Spyro and Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Daxter and Sonic and Mario, and all of them were going head to head in terms of like finding identities. You could even say Master Chief was a mascot, even though he wasn't like the sort of like cutesy CGI sort of thing. But the point is, the mascot era was what, in my opinion, defined gaming, because it really made like the easiest way to get people to identify with a product is to anthropomorphize it, to humanize it in some way, and that's what mascots did. Mascots gave an identity and an anthropomorphized identity to these pieces of hardware, and that is what drove people to play them. If you could go on.
No. I was gonna say I think it is interesting that people talk about the console wars, but they don't talk too much about the mascot wars. You know, because that was a huge thing around similar time too. You know, it kind of all went hand in hand.
Sonic versus Mario was the shit.
Or maybe they just adopted the mascot wars into the console war as like
that's what I kind of consider them the same era.
Like the mascot, I was about to say the mascot war was so damn great that they made a whole franchise called Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Like,
yeah,
that shit was ridiculously good. But yeah, I agree. I think it's more of like the mascot wars has slowly blended into console wars, and that
it even kind of eclipses that, in that you had third-party companies trying to make their own mascots. Like you had like Tack and the Power of Juju. They wanted Tack to be a mascot so bad. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. They wanted that to be a mascot so bad. Like, oh, we're gonna usurp Crash Bandicoot with our Tasmanian Tiger. But like the ones that never took off. Conquer. Conquer, Earthworm Jim. Those are mascots, but they're not the same level.
Yeah. T-Chap says for 36 months, Leon, he owns the title of the Temu Lofty Pixels with all his hot takes. Cassie will still break him in a cage match, though. Wow, 36 months. Yeah,
That's
dude,
crazy.
you're going on a long
Congrats on 36
time,
months,
man.
but,
That is crazy.
Here's the thing.
Awesome.
I'm a male and Cassie is not. Therefore, I win by default because women are weaker than men.
Oh,
Leon!
Here we go.
Wow.
Timu Lofty Pixels line is that's
He didn't
a
lie.
bar though. Timu Lofty Pixels is insane. I haven't heard from bro in a minute.
You've been saying that for fucking years.
I was
I
going to say
remember when we were
that
still
shows
arguing
how
about
long he's been around.
Ubisoft saying that you shouldn't own your games at the start of 2024. That was when we had Lofty on. We had both of them.
Yeah, I remember.
fucking nightmare.
It does show how long T-Jab's been around. If he knows that we used to call Leon Lofty.
Yeah.
So. Odin Dark says for 2. After 123 hours, I've beaten OTO. Every hour was good. 123 hours is insane, man.
OTO?
Shit.
Am I just being
OT0?
retarded? Oh.
That's insane.
I mean, I put almost 2,500 in the
Frostfang with a 10. AI will crash like it or not. We don't have the proper power source chips, and considering progressives reject more powerful forms of power, nuclear, and cutting down innovation, AI has life support.
I think he'll be all
I don't
right.
think so.
I think
No,
there's
I
too
think-
much
I
power
think AI is
behind
gonna be
pushing for
fine.
it. Yeah, I don't think it's going anywhere.
Yeah. Again, Frostfang, like just think about this. If AI, as you were saying, it's going to crash whether we like it or not. We as a nation can't afford to let that happen because again, China's still doing everything they're doing with all their AI investments. Do you really think that at the end of the day, the power structures in the U.S. are going to let themselves be in a digital arms race, be beat out by China? The American government will do anything and everything they can to not have that happen, which includes, even if it's artificial, keeping it from crashing in any sort of artificial way. This goes way beyond consumer applications for AI. This is government and weaponry and warfare, all of that. So no, AI crash is not going to happen.
Yeah. I keep hearing about the AI bubble, and I just don't believe it. Not a bit.
The bubble
we
bursting,
got-
if it
let me
were
see.
to, just means the bigger corporations buy up more control of it.
Yes, which we discussed before, actually, like a month ago.
We got Nacho Ninja with a 2. Says it's obvious Asha is yoga Kama Sutra buddy of Satya. Maybe. Kang with a 199. Curry box. Whoops, wrong chat. My bad, Hypno. Sounds about right. Camchi with a 2 months. I have tinfoil theories on this. But short answer, they're rushing their takeover, the work plan after their bad calculation on Trump win. Don't you get it?
As someone that runs a conspiracy theory show every week, the thing about a tinfoil hat, a conspiracy theory, is there needs to actually be a reason to justify that theory, and I didn't see one in there whatsoever. There was no evidence within that, so you have to make a stronger case.
I bet John would run with it.
He's only allowed so much real estate in his message, though.
Frostfang with a 5.
Send more money.
I do think AI needs a leash. AI crosses into many legal categories. I don't like current Hollywood, but not of the mind all should suffer.
I am.
Listen. Ban,
I am too.
Hollywood, ban
I
Hollywood from using AI and take off the restrictions so that people can make some actual good stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
be
Not
careful
Hollywood,
taking
but
off
just us.
restrictions.
Well, some people
There
are
are-
building their own AIs at this point, and that is something we should all take advantage of if we can.
Well, there you go. Mr. Kang with a 189. Bubbles went to Dick and Biscuits. What the fuck? Jesus.
Christ.
What in dark with a 2? What do you call Matt on a phone? A booty call. That is a fair
I think we
assessment.
should have had Sebi read that one.
Probably. Mervold with a 2. Resident Evil 9 combo will be even better next week. That's true because then we can talk about the spoilers. So in theory,
next week it'll be out since it drops on. Drop on Thursday or Friday.
What exactly happened there? I'm afraid I missed most of that story. That it got leaked, right? And people are pissed.
Yeah, it got leaked. The entire thing got leaked.
The Last of Us 2.
I will tell you guys, I will have the game beat by the time we start SNH next week.
Because Leon ain't got no fucking life. That's
I'm
why.
sure you did. Yeah, I'm sure Leon will.
Assuming that it drops on Thursday or Friday, then by Saturday SNH time, I will have the campaign beat.
It says the 26th, so we'll see.
There you go. Mervoth, thank you for the 2. We got Kang with a 489. This new head of the reserve ain't giving no bailout. It'd be a hard loan, 22% interest rate. Oh, you'd be surprised, man. Speedy Cake with a 5. Haven't used my Xbox Series X in almost a year, so I just booted it up and I'm waiting for the updates to finish.
Yeah,
Nice.
Luck to you.
And that's when consoles became pointless. And they started
Turtle
acting like
Moves
PCs.
with a 5. We had a critical error with the Super Smash Brothers Brawl. Had a free repair, though. Nintendo said it was 16% of systems. Took a month and lost all save files. Holy shit, that's bad.
That's awful. But
There's
that's not the same as like crashing as bricking the console, which is what was happening with Xbox and PlayStation. But all right, fair enough. That is a good counter.
We got Hayden Wayne with a 5. Also, all my super chats go to Peter. Peter, sorry I had a lot to say about the conversation. Bro, how am I gonna? I gotta go back now.
That's not the rule.
That's not gonna
Hayden,
work.
come on,
Hayden.
man.
I'll add this 5 though.
I'll do it for you real quick while you read the rest.
No,
of
No,
it's not the rule. You got to keep the rules. You know the waifu battle rule.
Kicking the nuts with a 5 says Peter Goku PC supremacy. The PS2 was the best, but still was my last consoles. There you go. Vet Gamer with a 10. Amazon, if I'm still here, as long as I can keep my Gooner mods client side. If not, I guess it would just be over. Go back to reading books. But who knows? They all may be digital too. Yeah, that might be a thing.
Possible.
That might be a thing.
I think Kindle was a massive fuck up in the book industry, personally.
We got, let's see. Kang with a 499. Can we get Sevi say?
So we'll say booty, but he couldn't
say
put
booty
it there
3 times, like how it rolls off her tongue.
Okay. Booty, booty, booty.
Rocking everywhere. Rocking everywhere.
Just had to
You
fuck it
are
up,
the
man.
whitest motherfucker. Okay.
Frostfang with a 5. In terms of AI crashing, CCP is anti-capitalism. They will eventually collapse in terms of innovation. All will face realities of current power.
What's in her name? Chinese communist. Chinese.
Well,
Communist
to be
Party.
fair, they're not real communists. They're capitalists cosplaying as communists, which is why I don't think that's correct. But fair, you know. When you have Walmart, McDonald's, you are not communist.
Yeah.
When
you have a good store, you're not communist.
He says Homer, Leon, and Cassie are right about Futurama being a better story. Delay tax. Thank you, DJ Conic.
For the record, I fucking love Futurama, and I think it is better than all of them. You're right. Yeah.
It is.
Mayo with a 5. Cars mostly have the same features, have government involvement. Is that what y'all want? LOL. So cars have safety features, which is, for people's lives and stuff like that. Like we're talking about video games. So, I think it's a little bit different, but no, I get what you're trying to say with that.
And well, I will add to that. I'm actually quite in favor of cars removing all safety features by government mandate and only putting them in there by choice of the company. So if you want to buy yourself a Nissan Pathfinder that doesn't have seat belts, you can make that choice yourself. The government shouldn't be regulating that shit.
I agree.
It's funny. There was a vehicle in history that did try something like that. It led to a lot of deaths, and it also led to almost 50% of the initial round of cars being destroyed the moment they left the lot. And that was the initial Dodge Viper.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Man, I
know that. That's
that
awesome.
The
Dude,
initial
that's me like a whole lot of Darwinism. Bring that shit back, son.
So the initial Dodge Viper was really meant for like the track. So it had a lot of the like stability track and all the safety features non-existent. So morons were out there, buying up the car because it was the hottest thing, and they would leave the lot and boom, crash. And it happened to I think the official number was 40 some odd % of initial Vipers. It was a pretty high number.
Just like the trans.
Yeah, pretty fucking insane. So yeah, if you do that, you're gonna end up like them, and that's not good. Not good.
By the way,
you end up trads.
Shout out to Jason in the comments. He says it's incredibly disingenuous to call China communist and stop being communist ages ago. They are authoritarian, sure, not communist. Correct. People are misconstruing the two.
Agreed.
China is absolutely authoritarian, but they are fake communists.
I don't like communists either, though. So
communists. Again, this isn't a defense of them. They're more.
Well, it is from
the devil.
Chat, though, whoever said that they don't like being mean to commies. I bet.
You definitely won't like me then.
Mervoth for $1
you're
says
communist?
funny.
No, I shit on communists all the time.
Oh, okay, good. Then we're good.
So funny thing, Big King was BK version of Big Mac, and McDonald's version of the Whopper was the Big and Tasty. The more you know. Thank you, Merva.
Right.
Dead Eyes Lock for $1 says, donut. Duh. Thank you.
Big Mac versus Whopper when? By the way?
Torinol. No, I don't think that's going to happen. Torinol with a 2. Part of this new argument is on the industries trying to sell new hardware without adding new value to the hardware, which folds back into other arguments like planned I can't say that word. Obsolescence. There you go. Of hardware. Well, there you go. Thank you, Torinol. Appreciate that.
That's
brother.
why I got away from Apple, because they were the kings of planned obsolescence.
Facts.
What do we got? I think that's it. Nope. We got one more. Dead Eyes Lock with $1. Homer, Hypno Whiteside with PETA. You should have Hank Hill versus PETA. Well, I think I have an idea what the next battle is going to be, but we'll see. Thank you,
My
my good man.
recommendation was a fucking banger, but whatever.
I'm still waiting for
then-
Zora versus Sasuke.
Mervoth with a 2. Think we can have polls before next SNH for best versus. We might be able to do something like that. Maybe I could do it on the community tab. Maybe the day before on Friday, have people vote and see. But I like to keep it as I like to keep it as a surprise. To be honest with you, I think it's a little more fun that way. Right now we are at 94 for Homer and 33 for Peter. So we're gonna do the countdown and then call it quits. So let's do it. And that is it, boys. Fucking Homer Simpson absolutely felted Peter Griffin, which is a little bit sad. I'm not gonna lie.
Let's go.
It's nostalgia. It's history.
Kind of saw that coming, though. It's
I did as well. Like, here's the thing.
It's like don't come at the king. Homer was doing it first.
I don't know. I kind of saw that coming. I figured that people were gonna, a lot of older heads were gonna vote for Homer.
A quick way to do a census of your audience, isn't it?
Yeah, I do wish more folk would give their rationale and give their argument in their super chats, as to why, because I am curious. Because again, I mean, there's definitely great reasons to vote for Homer. Like if your idea was, I'm voting based on who is the better father versus I'm voting on who I think is the funnier individual. Like, so I'm curious what people's rationale is when they're voting, just for my own, again, curiosity.
I like to think that well, actually it's just more of my it's a subjective statement, but throughout the entire catalog of Peter's humor, the one thing that it can never top is Homer pouring a bowl of cereal and it just catching fire out of nowhere. That shit had me in tears first time I saw it.
And Ron DFK, you did give your rationale. Your rationale was Spider Pig. Well, I think it's a dumb rationale. I appreciate that you did it. It was well done.
Yeah,
I never liked Spider Pig. I thought Spider Pig was stupid.
Kicking the nuts
we
with
say
a 2.
that
Remember
already?
that Stadia shut down on January 18, 2023. Man, Stadia, that's gonna go down in history, bro. I feel like, wow. When we
It's
talk
almost
about the
completely irrelevant now.
when we talk about the failures of gaming, there's gonna be 2 names: Concord and Stadia. I feel like those are
And
like,
Ouya.
And
yeah,
Atari.
that's fair. That's fair. All right, gifted games. Before we head out, Fake Wizard, what do you got, man? What is this?
Yeah, from Faye in the chat here sent Whisper of the House, and I will happily accept that. Thank you.
Nice.
Shout
Very nice
out.
of you.
Savvy? Oh shit.
Yep, give me 1 second.
Wow.
I'm
Nice.
just putting my Steam in the chat. All right, I got Metal Gear Solid 2. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I got
Damn.
Metal Gear Solid 3.
Did you
You?
get Delta?
I don't think they
Awesome.
did. I got
Yeah.
Dino Crisis. Yep. I got Dino Crisis 2. Thank you for that. And I got Reanimal.
Me and the wife, we actually just played Reanimal. That game is confusing as shit, but it's fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to play this game. These games look really fun.
Shout out. Will?
Yo, Old Man Cat sent me Max Payne 3. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Thank
I never
you very
played
much.
the third one. The first one was perfect. Second one was still really good. I never played the third.
It's the seizure-inducing video games.
Yeah, the third one is basically that. It's a seizure procedure. but
Also,
I like
last
the bullet
week,
time.
I was also gifted Dino Crisis and Dino Crisis 2 last week as well. But
Nice.
So shout out to them as well.
Very nice. Leon?
Yeah, shout out to Butterframe and Gold said the only horse game that didn't look gay and sent me Rustler. So shout out. Thank you, homie. Appreciate you.
Kang says for a 2, I did Homer because Leon said Peter. Oh, damn. Just countering
You know
everything
what?
Leon says. Huh?
You know what? That's
He's
just
explaining.
amazing. Yeah, you're explaining. I'll give it to you. Also, fuck you, Kang.
As for me, we got, hold on. Flip Shazam. Oops, why did it go like that? There you go. Flip Shazam says, have your horsey fun and gifted Slaughter Horse, 2. So that means there's a 1, which makes it even scarier. But thank you, man. I appreciate that. Butter Biscuit gifted says, have I delayed enough? Miasma Chronicles. Thank you. I appreciate that. You've delayed a little bit for sure. And then Old Man Cat says, Stompy, maybe there are trolls in this you can blast or step on. Enjoy. And gifted Mecha Bellum. Damn, shout out to you, man.
That name. That's a unique name, Mecha Bellum.
That is. All strategy, no click fest. Outsmart opponents in 1v1, 2v2, free-for-all, or survival mode. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. All right, and then Sheep Obsidian. What do we got?
I got one what is it, like buzzer beater? There we go. I got one buzzer beater from UAF Omega. I appreciate it, man. Watermelon simulator.
Oh,
I get to play
nice.
as watermelon. I am what I eat. It's go time. I'm taking that one to the fucking bank. I appreciate that, man.
We're gonna see Sheep boot that game up in a couple of days. It's gonna be hilarious.
Oh, he's playing it right now. See? What did I say? He's playing it right now.
Get out of my head.
Too late.
Says it feels extremely rushed. What's left are doing as Democrats around the world are pushing the plan to rush in illegal immigrants and laws punish local.
Hey, come to my stream on Wednesday and Thursday where we do hard politics.
Yeah, I think that would be better suited there for sure. But I appreciate it, Cam. Thank you. Hi, brother. Guys, we are all caught up. Let me just check Rumble really quick. Hold on. Let's make sure. Deidre Connick gifted $1 for Homer. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. All right, we're caught up. Let's do our outros because we got to go play Yap Yap, man. And we are so late that I'm probably going to be back like 10 minutes just to have a 30-minute.
Yeah.
We'll see. But we'll figure it out. Anyway, good.
Real quick, I just want to go ahead and say that there are only 5 achievements to Watermelon Simulator. And the hardest to get achievement is be a watermelon for 100 hours. So
what?
This is going to be a funny-ass game. I can almost guarantee that. That being said, I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and probably Fridays, depending on if we ever get this dual streaming shit set up correctly. Because I'm more kind of like skeptical of how the audio is going to work, but we'll figure it out. Either way, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. Right now, I'm playing through Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, and I'm trying to blaze through that because Sora's story is so fucking boring. But that said, you can find me over on YouTube. On my channel, still Sheep Obsidian, and then on Twitter and Instagram at Sheep Obsidian, where I shit talk a lot, and that's pretty much it. Don't talk to me otherwise. Go read manga.
Yes, go read manga. Sevi, go ahead.
Yep. Give me a follow in my gaming channel, Sevi Love. I'm at 186 away from hitting 2,000 subs, so make sure to give me a follow if you haven't already, and
then take that follow away and give it to me instead.
Damn.
And then take it away. And
No, it's Black History. It's Black History Month. You can have this one.
No, matter of fact, no, keep it. No, give her. Give her 2 subs.
We're full Morgan Freeman right
Go
there.
off. My bad.
And follow my legal channel, Legally Sevi. I basically stream and play games every day, so come and give me a follow, hang out with me.
Oh yeah, Wizard.
Yeah, I'm the real life fake wizard, and this has been Saturday Night Hypnosis. And follow me or don't. I don't really care.
He has a
wizard. He's tired. He's ready for bedtime. He's tired.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Can I share my screen a sec? So this is the design I've been working on while we've been chatting away. This is an Amelia design
Wow.
that I'm going to put on a t-shirt.
Yep.
Get them out. Obviously, we're talking. Well, you can figure out what I'm talking about. But there you go.
Can
Yeah,
you be more specific.
This and a whole bunch more designs can be found at my little store that my wife has started called Swag of the Fans, which you can find on Etsy. Yeah, times are a little tough and there's a lot going on. So we decided she pitched it to me to make this store. It's at swagofthefans.etsy.com. Please go check it out. We're uploading new designs all the time. Still small. Still only the first few designs are coming up. Also, I take requests, which you can submit to me when I'm live on my channel, Will of the Fans, where I do, well, now these days, deeper, more edit-intensive videos exploring pop culture, politics, the general state of the zeitgeist. I do gaming streams, especially retro games. I'm currently playing Alundra, the PS1 nightmare of brutal, unforgiving mercilessness, which I'm loving. It was my dad's favorite game. RIP. And today at what will be 10 a.m. Eastern, I will be on with the boys and we'll be reviewing classic comedy from the UK, Red Dwarf Series 10. So come and check me out. Follow me on X and all that jazz. Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah, my man. Appreciate you. Leon.
Yep. As for me, videos and streams every day. You can come to my channel. We are a variety channel over there. When we cover on Mondays pop culture, Tuesdays conspiracy theories, Wednesdays and Thursdays we do politics, Fridays we do more pop culture, and on Saturdays we usually do analog horror. There will be no analog horror stream tonight because I'm joining the boys and Sevi for Yap Yap tonight. It's going to be a blast. We're doing a gaming stream on the main channel instead of the gaming channel. So sorry if no analog horror tonight. It'll be back next week, but I'm down to clown with these guys and have some good time gaming. So I'll see you all on my channel if you opt to watch there rather than anywhere else. If not, watch on Hypno, watch on Sheep, watch on Sevi, watch wherever you want to watch. But yeah, it's going to be a good show no matter whose channel you watch it on. I will see y'all on the flip flop. We are about 500 away from 10K subscribers, so I would truly appreciate it.
Nice.
Shout out.
Big
Thank
moment,
y'all
man.
so much.
Yeah,
And
soon.
great show tonight, crew.
That's going to be a big moment.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We're just going to head out now because I got to get ready for the Yap Yap stream. Like I said, I might push it back a few minutes, but we'll be live soon. And it's going to be a good time. So head over to SNH Plays. I'm going to raid, obviously, over on my stream, but these guys are going to be live. So definitely check out their streams and show some love and support. Thank you guys so much for everything. Appreciate the likes, the comments, the super chats, everything. Appreciate you guys very much. And shout out to the Hypnomods for taking care of everything. I appreciate you. And we will see you tonight on SNH Plays. Until then, go be bigots and go be gooners. Bye.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you gay.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
The dog or her cat was named Vagina.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Fuck Indiana Jones, put a ticket in, make her gay. Fuck Indiana, put a ticket in, make her gay. It means put a chicken in a queenie and make her fucking gay. Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns!
I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life.